banned organization. Take a look.
As far as PFI is concerned, we at the time of CA agitation, even prior to that, we had information about the activities of PFI. And for us, we were well placed because we had all the records of PFI available with us. So when it came to taking action against PFI activists, we were well prepared. And we would not be found wanting in the national effort on taking action against PFI. We have to continue to ensure that those people who were fringe element of PFI, we have to find each one of them, take action, so that anybody who has been associated with PFI does not get further radicalized and get into the cycle of violence against the nation.
That's the Assam DGP speaking exclusively to Republic on how the Assam police was totally prepared when it came to dealing with the banned organization PFI and its activities in the state. Listen to more on Republic as we bring you more news. And let's move on now to other news stories. In a fresh development, Indian commanders have handed over the Pakistan intruder's body to Pakistan. This comes days after the border security force gunned down an armed Pakistani intruder on the Indo-Pak border in Punjab's Amritsar. Here's a full report of all that happened.
Days after border security force personnel killed an armed Pakistani intruder on the Indo-Pak border in Punjab's Amritsar district, the sources now revealed that Pak's intruder was handed over to Pakistan. The decision took place after two nations went on for casual discussion. During casual contact with Pakistan Rangers at about 7 p.m. yesterday, party commander handed over the dead body of Pakistan intruder to Pak party commander. The intruder was found armed with a sophisticated modified pump-action shotgun which can fire more than one shot. Reportedly, these were the first incidents in 2023 where Pakistani intruders were killed at the 2,289-kilometer long border that runs along Jammu, Rajasthan, Gujarat and Punjab on India's western flank. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
And time now for a short break, but coming up on the other side in some international news, it's the 315th day of the Ukraine war. But it's a war that's refusing to cool down. In a fresh attack, Russia shells Kherson yet again.
This is Alisha Ajaynar reporting from Mumbai, and this is Republic.
आपने ये बोला कि कर्नल बुल कुमार, उन्होंने मैप देखा, उन्होंने बोला ये तो गड़बड़ है। एज पर मैप भारत का एरिया, लेकिन वहां पे जाने की विदेशियों को, जर्मन्स को परमिशन दे रहा है पाकिस्तान।
क्योंकि since there were some people like us who were aware of what is Siachen Glacier, we knew what it is like. मैं बिला फॉन्डला पहुंचा, पाकिस्तान का हेलीकॉप्टर मेरे ऊपर, तो उसने मुझे देखा, मैंने उसको देखा, उसने वहां से घुमा पीछे और वापस। They were shocked.
निधि, 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 अरे सर, निधि प्लीज आ जाओ। कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि, निधि है घर में, निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि, निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे आप? कुछ भी बोलेंगे निधि? कुछ भी, कुछ भी। निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है, देखिए। निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं? निधि, निधि दौड़ रही है। निधि, निधि, निधि।
Not only inside the house but also outside the house, the commotion is taking place. Now the BJP workers have gathered here. They are now saying that Aam Aadmi Party workers are not letting the nominated councillor member to take oath. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their leader, their members are not being allowed to take oath. So allegations versus counter allegation are taking place.
India is number one manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world, number one also in tractors, number two in buses, number three in trucks, number four in passenger vehicles, and very shortly we will be number three, overtaking Japan. Just wait for a couple of years.
I'm told that you've taken some 800 acres, you are investing some 20,000 or 18,000 crore rupees in a Haryana plant. So you're also preparing for the future.
Yeah.
That shows your commitment.
Its capacity is 1 million cars annually. So this is going to
One
be
of the largest in the world.
not one of the largest. It is the largest.
Republic 45.7%. Republic TV has 331% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment.
निधि 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 कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि है घर में। निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? आप कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे? निधि निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। निधि देखिए निधि कुछ कहना है। निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए
Shankar Mishra, the accused in this particular cases. We are also getting to learn that just a few days ago, after the incident, Shankar Mishra, the accused, being identified as the vice president of Wells Fargo.
आपने ये बोला कि कर्नल बुल कुमार, उन्होंने मैप देखा, उन्होंने बोला ये तो गड़बड़ है। एज पर मैप भारत का एरिया, लेकिन वहां पे जाने की विदेशियों को, जर्मन्स को परमिशन दे रहा है पाकिस्तान।
क्योंकि since there were some people like us who were aware of what is Siachen Glacier, we knew what it is like. मैं बिला फॉन्डला पहुंचा, पाकिस्तान का हेलीकॉप्टर मेरे ऊपर, तो उसने मुझे देखा, मैंने उसको देखा, उसने वहां से घुमा पीछे और वापस। They were shocked.
News from across the globe, the headlines. It's 315th day, but the Ukraine-Russia war refuses to cool down in a fresh attack. Russia has now shelled Kherson yet again. As Ukraine reels under a continuous Russian military attack, the United States announces military assistance worth over $3 billion. Multiple people shot outside a restaurant in Florida in the United States, at least 10 injured. Amid a global COVID alarm, Xi Jinping calls China's COVID-19 policy rational and well thought out. WHO criticizes China for underrepresenting COVID-19 cases, calls it a narrow definition of infected deaths. Hello and welcome. You're watching news from across the world with me, Rukma, and this is Republic TV. And in our top story, well, tragic news coming in now of multiple people having been shot outside a restaurant in Miami Gardens in the United States in Florida on Thursday evening. According to media reports, rapper French Montana was filming a music video at the scene when the incident took place. But know all the details in this, our next report.
Multiple people were wounded Thursday night in a shooting after an altercation outside a restaurant in South Florida. Reports suggest rapper French Montana was filming a music video at the scene when the incident took place.
I heard the gunshots. It was sporadic gunshots. I think it's at least 12 shots. Very sporadic 12 shots.
While it wasn't immediately clear how many people were hit by gunfire, sources say as many as 10 people were wounded in the shooting.
We had a shot spotter called, and it was an altercation that led to the finger-licking location. An altercation that led to the finger-licking location. There were some shots being fired, and multiple victims were injured.
The condition of those injured and number of fatalities remain yet to be ascertained.
There were no fatalities. Right now, the conditions are unknown. Everything is still under investigation.
With a large crowd having gathered outside the restaurant, it is likely for the death toll to rise.
We heard possibly that there may have been some filming or shooting of a video or something nearby. Had you heard that?
That is, right now, we can't confirm if a video was being taken place, but there was something going on and it caused the shooting to happen, and right now we're just trying to get all the information.
Multiple mass shooting incidents have jolted the United States in the past, and the demand for stringent gun laws is only rising by the day. Agency report, Republic TV.
And one firefighter was killed. 4 others were injured following Russian shelling in Kherson on Friday. A detailed report on Russia's latest strike in war-torn Ukraine.
As Russia ramps up its attack against Ukraine, a firefighter lost his life while 4 others were critically injured in Kherson. In footage released by Kherson administration, watch how a house was set ablaze.
Сын и шел, вот это как раз там рядом. Так он упал под второй дом от края, так он на землю упал, и на него как сыпалась земля, пришел весь обсыпанный, трусится весь. Лежал, говорит. Оно, говорит, как камни, как дождь, говорит, летело. Путин, чтобы он проклятый был Богом и людьми.
Several fire tenders were rushed to the spot in a bid to douse the fire.
Под стол залезла с собакой, накрыла ее халатом и кружку. И просто мы там ждали, когда все это закончится.
Watch how thick black plumes of smoke engulfed the region while a trail of bodies were left behind in the aftermath of the attack. And in the aftermath of the attack, there lay rubble and debris of the once hustling and bustling neighborhood. But with Russia only intensifying attacks on Ukraine, there seems to be no end to the raging war. Agency report, Republic TV.
With the whole world pitching in for more transparency on the part of China as far as the COVID-19 situation within its borders are concerned and taking preventive measures, China appears upset with the European Union now after the bloc strongly encouraged its member states to impose pre-departure testing of passengers coming in from China into the EU. We tell you more in our next report.
Following reports of China's reluctance on sharing COVID data, the rest of the world is taking preventive measures. European Union encouraged its member countries for coordinated efforts. China responded back to European Union while claiming that China's COVID-19 situation is predictable and under control.
是可预判、可控的。近期，欧盟不少成员国向中方表示，热烈欢迎来自中国的游客到访，不会采取任何限制性措施。欧洲疾控中心等专业机构此前也明确表示，对来自中国的旅客施加限制措施不合理。
Also, China warned European Union of consequences.
针对有些国家出台不合理的做法，中方将结合疫情情况和防控需要，按照对等原则采取相应措施。
EU spokesperson briefed media about the COVID-19 response with respect to situation in China.
The draft opinion, which we proposed yesterday and which will be published soon, sets out a number of measures which we would like to see member states putting in place. These include measures on personal hygiene and health measures for travellers, including recommended mask wearing on flights from China. It will also include things such as wastewater monitoring for aircrafts, genomic surveillance at airports and increased monitoring and sequencing, increased EU vigilance on testing and vaccination. That's about ensuring we have our own immunity levels as high as they can be. And then we also propose a discussion on the need for pre-testing of passengers from China prior to departure. And this is something which we saw the overwhelming majority of countries are in favor of.
China lashed out at the World Health Organization after the WHO chief asked China for regular, rapid and reliable data. In fact, World Health Organization chief said that we continue to ask for more reliable data from China.
对前教皇本笃16世逝世表示哀悼。中国天主教爱国会主席和中国天主教主教团主席已代表中国天主教600多万神长教友向教皇方济各致唁电。
Countries including UK, US, India, Japan and several European nations have announced tougher measures on travelers from China owing to lack of data from China amid fear that new variants may spread. But instead of showing transparency, China continues to threaten the world with countermeasures. Agency report, Republic TV.
And our news from Taiwan. Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen visited an Army Mechanized Infantry Battalion and an Air Force unit in the central city of Chiayi on Friday to encourage servicemen as well as to boost their morale ahead of the Lunar New Year celebrations. A report.
Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen visited an Army Mechanized Infantry Battalion and an Air Force unit in the central city of Chiayi on Friday.
我要再次强调，共军持续不断的军事活动，无助于两岸关系，也无助于区域的和平稳定。面对威权主义不断的扩张，唯有持续强化国家的战力跟韧性，我们才能够确保国家安全和利益。
Amidst tensions with China, the visit aims at encouraging servicemen as well as to boost their morale ahead of the Lunar New Year period. One of the main duties of the 4th Tactical Fighter Wing in Chiayi City is to repel Chinese Air Force incursions by intercepting fighters that trespass the Addis and Taiwan Strait Medium Line. The battalion and Air Force units were simulating retaking a site from an enemy.
我们的空军第4联队不分日夜，随时待命。去年8月，共军军演后的加强戒备期间，我们第4联队优秀的飞行员升空对应了18批36架次，捍卫我们的国家的领空。
With the threat of Chinese warplane incursions looming large, the Taiwanese president's visit comes as a strong message to Beijing. Agency report for Republic TV.
Some more international news now. In some of its first acts since coming to power, Israel's new security cabinet is to penalize Palestinians. It's approving a series of punitive steps against the Palestinian leadership. According to a statement from Netanyahu's office, the move is in retaliation for Palestinians pushing the UN's highest judicial body to give its opinion on the Israeli occupation. The Russian military has now alleged that Ukrainian forces continue to shell its positions despite a ceasefire that Kyiv never agreed to. Russia's defense ministry says its forces returned fire to suppress the attacks, although it was not entirely clear from the statement whether the attacks and the return of fire took place before or after the ceasefire took effect. One firefighter was killed. Four people were injured following Russian shelling in Kherson on Friday. In footage shared by Kherson Regional Administration, a house was seen on fire with firefighters trying to extinguish the blaze. In an attempt to provide further defense support to war-torn Ukraine, Germany has now aimed to supply around 40 Marder armored personnel carriers to Ukraine in this year's first quarter. It is also planned to train Ukrainian forces to use the vehicles, and Havoc said experts expect that the process will take around 8 weeks. Germany took command of NATO's fast deploy fleet from the Netherlands. Dutch commander Jeanette Morang handed over the alliance's flag to German flotilla Admiral Thorsten Marx during the handover ceremony in Den Helder. The standing NATO Maritime Group 1 SNMG-1 is one of 4 standing naval maritime immediate reaction forces. The wave of COVID infections has touched a peak in China in major cities like Beijing. While the government insists that the situation is under control despite doubts about the official death toll and the fact that hospitals are still working flat out to save lives. The World Health Organization's officials who are now grappling with Beijing's tight control of data access throughout the pandemic have become increasingly vocal now in their calls for reliable information as a major outbreak rips through China, as the organization is now accusing China of underrepresenting the severity of its COVID outbreak and criticizing its narrow definition of what constitutes a COVID death. China is seeking to minimize the possibility of a major new COVID-19 outbreak during this month's Lunar New Year travel rush. After the end of most pandemic containment measures, the new guidelines issued by ministers are asking citizens to stay home entirely. Thousands of North Koreans filled Pyongyang's giant Mayday Stadium on Thursday in a show of support for the ruling Workers' Party and leader Kim Jong-un. North Korea is planning to mark major anniversaries in 2023, and placards at the rally marked them, including the 75th anniversary of the founding of the country in 1948 and the 70th anniversary of the end of the Korean War in 1953. CES, the most influential tech gathering in the world, officially begins to welcome attendees in the industry. More than 1,000 startups have joined to showcase their products at the annual CES Tech Show in Las Vegas, hoping to create a buzz around their gadgets and capture eyes of investors who can help their businesses grow. Time for a short break here on World This Morning. On the other side, amid global COVID alarm, Xi Jinping calls China's COVID-19 policy rational and well thought out. And WHO criticizes China for underrepresenting COVID-19 cases, calls it narrow definition of infected deaths.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, mass comm, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Not only inside the house but also outside the house, the commotion is taking place. Now the BJP workers have gathered here. They are now saying that Aam Aadmi Party workers are not letting the nominated councillor member to take oath. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their leader, their members are not being allowed to take oath. So allegations versus counter-allegation are taking place.
India is #1 manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. #1 also in tractors. #2 in buses. #3 in trucks. #4 in passenger vehicles. And very shortly we will be #3, overtaking Japan. Just wait for a couple of years.
I'm told that you've taken some 800 acres. You are investing some 20,000 or 18,000 crore rupees in a Haryana plant. So you're also preparing for the future.
Yeah.
That shows your commitment.
Its capacity is 1 million cars annually. So this is going to be
one of the largest in the world.
Not one of the largest. It is the largest.
Republic, 45.7%. Republic TV has 331% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment.
निधि 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 कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि है घर में। निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे आप? कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे निधि निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। निधि देखिए निधि कुछ कहना है। निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए
Shankar Mishra, the accused in this particular cases. We are also getting to learn that just a few days ago, after the incident, Shankar Mishra, the accused, being identified as the Vice President of Wells Fargo. This is the Wells Fargo office where the accused, Shankar Mishra, works out from. And a few of the employees too, when we did speak to them off the record, they clearly stated that they know him, but they do not know, or they are not aware of whether he is here or not.
I'm ringing the bell. We'll try to check if he's there.
Welcome back to World This Morning on Republic. And in other news from across the globe, House members gathered on the Capitol steps on Friday to mark the second anniversary of what Americans call the 6th of January insurrection. Here's the full report.
House members gathered on the Capitol steps to mark the second anniversary of the Jan 6 insurrection.
Today, members of the House of Representatives, in a bipartisan way, pause in solemn recognition of the violent attack on the Capitol that occurred 2 years ago on January 6, 2021. We are joined by the families of several heroic police officers who gave their lives protecting the Congress, the Constitution, and the country. We are gathered here to honor their memory and acknowledge with deep gratitude the tremendous bravery of the hundreds of officers who defended us at this citadel of democracy that fateful day.
Mostly, Democrats attended the commemoration, which had a moment of silence for the injured and fallen officers.
The January 6th insurrection shook our republic to the core. For many in the Congress and across our country, the physical, psychological, and emotional scars are still raw. Yet from the unspeakable horror sprang extraordinary heroism. Law enforcement heroes confronted the insurrectionists to protect the Capitol, the Congress, and our Constitution. And it is with great respect and admiration that we are joined by the families this morning. Thank you to the families for considering us worthy to share your grief, to honor your loss.
Today, the world sees a different picture, one of turmoil in American democracy, coming from within the institution that insurrectionists overran over 2 years ago.
As we mark this solemn day, let us draw strength and inspiration from the timeless words of President Lincoln. In his message to Congress he offered in the heat of the Civil War, he said, "We cannot escape history," and he called upon Congress to honor our sacred duty to nobly save or meanly lose the last best hope on earth, which he believed was American democracy. That is our task today, too, so help us God.
The nation's legislative branch is again paralyzed, not by violence this time, but by a torturous struggle among Republicans over who should lead them and the House itself as Speaker. The House returned to try again to end the stalemate over choosing a Speaker after days of voting with no conclusion. Representative Kevin McCarthy is determined to win over enough fellow Republicans. McCarthy has offered the conservative holdouts rule changes to give them more power to shape legislation and to boot him from office. So far, 11 roll call votes have failed to elect a speaker. The impasse has left the House unable to fully form and govern. Members voted late Thursday to adjourn, returning Friday. Agency report for Republic TV.
And our news from North Korea, where Thousands filled Pyongyang's giant May Day Stadium on Thursday in a show of support for the ruling Workers' Party and leader Kim Jong-un. A report.
Thousands of North Koreans filled Pyongyang's giant May Day Stadium on Thursday in a show of support for the ruling Workers' Party and leader Kim Jong-un. While Kim Jong-un was not seen in the stadium, Premier Kim Tok-hun was the senior leader overlooking the crowds carrying banners and placards with slogans praising the country's leadership and policies. North Korean authorities usually organize a huge rally like this in Pyongyang in the first week of the new year. Current leader Kim Jong-un resurrected his grandfather's tradition of a New Year's address after taking over in late 2011. But in recent years, Kim Jong-un has chosen to make his annual look-ahead speech in the context of an end-of-year meeting of the ruling Workers' Party of Korea. North Korea is planning to mark major anniversaries in 2023, and placards at the rally marked them, including the 75th anniversary of the founding of the country in 1948 and the 70th anniversary of the end of the Korean War in 1953. The mega rally comes as a massive show of strength by Kim Jong-un. Agency report for Republic TV.
Gianluca Vialli, the former Italy striker who helped both Sampdoria and Juventus win Serie A and European trophies before becoming a player manager at Chelsea, has passed away. He was 58. We pay tribute to the legendary player and his contribution in our next report. Take a look.
Gianluca Vialli, the former Italy striker, is no more. The Italian Soccer Federation confirmed Vialli's death on Friday. Vialli announced in 2018 that he had overcome a year-long battle with pancreatic cancer, but then said in December 2021 that the disease had returned. With his condition worsening, Vialli announced in mid-December that he was temporarily stepping down from his role as a delegation chief for Italy's national team. Vialli had been appointed as delegation chief under Azzurri head coach Roberto Mancini, his longtime friend and former teammate. Vialli and Mancini also led Sampdoria to the 1992 European Cup final, which it lost to Barcelona at Wembley Stadium. Vialli reunited with Mancini to help Italy win the European Championship by beating England in a penalty shootout at Wembley last year. Vialli won another series, a title at Juventus, and also raised the Champions League and UEFA Cup trophies with the Bianconeri. Vialli played for Italy's national team from 1985 to 1992, making 59 appearances and scoring 16 goals. Vialli ended his playing career while also managing Chelsea, leading the London Cup to FA Cup, League Cup and Cup Winners' Cup titles. He continued to live in London after moving on from Chelsea into TV commentary and other ventures. Agency report, Republic TV.
Well, that's all we have for you in this edition of World This Morning. But news and updates continue. Coming up in the Morning Express next, big impact of Republic campaign. Accused Shankar Mishra's father summoned by Delhi police now. A day after AAP and BJP councillors exchanged blows in the Civic Body House in New Delhi, BJP to protest at Rajghat today.
I'm Shravan Sen reporting from New Delhi, and this is Republic TV.
Republic 45.7%. Republic TV has 331% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment.
निधि 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 कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि है घर में। निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे आप? कुछ भी बोलेंगे निधि, कुछ भी। निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है, देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। निधि देखिए, निधि कुछ कहना है। निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है, देखिए।
Shankar Mishra, the accused in this particular cases. We are also getting to learn that just a few days ago, after the incident, Shankar Mishra, the accused, being identified as the vice president of Wells Fargo. This is the Wells Fargo office where the accused Shankar Mishra works out from. And a few of the employees too, when we did speak to them off the record, they clearly stated that they know him, but they do not know, or they are not aware of whether he is here or not.
I'm ringing the bell. We'll try to check if he's there inside, if he responds to the question of Republic TV.
Mr. Mishra, if you can hear me, could you just respond? Are you apologetic? Are you sorry for the thing that happened on the Air India flight? Mr. Mishra, can you open the door and respond to the questions of Republic TV?
आपने ये बोला कि कर्नल बुल कुमार, उन्होंने मैप देखा, उन्होंने बोला ये तो गड़बड़ है। एज पर मैप भारत का एरिया, लेकिन वहां पे जाने की विदेशियों को, जर्मन्स को परमिशन दे रहा है पाकिस्तान।
क्योंकि since there were some people like us who were aware of what is Siachen Glacier, we knew what it is like. मैं बिला फॉन्डला पहुंचा, पाकिस्तान का हेलीकॉप्टर मेरे ऊपर, तो उसने मुझे देखा, मैंने उसको देखा, उसने वहां से घुमा पीछे और वापस। They were shocked.
निधि अरे सर निधि प्लीज आ जाओ। कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि, निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे। निधि है घर में, निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे। निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे। निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे आप? कुछ भी बोलेंगे निधि, कुछ भी। निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है, देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। निधि दौड़ रही है। निधि
not only inside the house but
India is #1 manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. #1 also in tractors. #2 in buses. #3 in trucks. #4 in passenger vehicles. And very shortly we will be #3, overtaking Japan. Just wait for a couple of years.
I'm told that you've taken some 800 acres. You are investing some 20,000 or 18,000 crore rupees in a Haryana plant. So you're also preparing for the future.
Yeah.
That shows your commitment.
Its capacity is 1 million cars annually. So this is going to
be one of the
largest in the world. Not one of the largest. It is the largest.
Thanks for tuning in this Saturday morning. You're watching the Morning Express. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. We'll get you all the top stories over the next 1 hour, starting first with the top headlines. Big impact of Republic campaign, accused Shankar Mishra father summoned by the Delhi police. Republic coverage leads to action. Air India pilots and crew asked to appear will be quizzed together. Demand grows for the arrest of Shankar Mishra as he remains untraceable and absconding. A day after AAP and BJP councillors exchange blows, BJP to protest at Rajghat. Man claims to be Anjali's friend, claims Nidhi asked for money from Anjali and both fought over it. And we start with Newsbreak coming in, this one from Uttarakhand's Joshimath, where we're given to understand that the Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami will be visiting Joshimath today, will be conducting a ground inspection of the landslide affected area in the religious town of Uttarakhand's Joshimath. In fact, we're also told that the Chief Minister will meet the affected families and hold a meeting with the officials deployed in relief work. Remember, situation remains grim in Uttarakhand's Joshimath, where we've been seeing cracks that have appeared in several of those buildings and structures. In Joshimath, a reaction coming in from the Uttarakhand Chief Minister. Let's listen.
अभी जो प्रभावित परिवार हैं या प्रभाव उसके आपदा के जो प्रभाव क्षेत्र में आने वाले मकान हैं, उनमें रहने वाले लोगों को पहले सबसे पहले सुरक्षित किया जाए। बचाव का काम, राहत का कार्य, ये पूरी निगरानी में यहाँ पर हमारी SDRF की टीम, जिला प्रशासन के लोग, हमारे आपदा प्रबंधन के सचिव, कमिश्नर, सभी लोग वहाँ पर कैंप कर रहे हैं। और इसमें दो प्रकार के, अभी दीर्घकालिक और अभी तात्कालिक रूप से कैसे लोगों के लिए हम सबसे अच्छा काम कर सकते हैं और निकट भविष्य में कैसे वहाँ से पुनर्वास की क्या स्थिति होगी, उसको लेकर हम लोगों ने सारे पहलुओं पर अभी यहाँ बात की है। और हमारा है हर स्थिति में कि लोगों की जो भी मदद संभव है वो सारी मदद हम लोग करेंगे। हमारा अभी तात्कालिक रूप से है कि सभी को बचाव की स्थिति में लाया जाए। जान माल की सुरक्षा हमारे लिए सबसे ज़रूरी है। इसके साथ साथ हम अध्ययन भी कर रहे हैं कि वो पानी कहाँ से रिस रहा है, कहाँ से आ रहा है। उसमें हमारा रुड़की का इंस्टीट्यूट, वाडिया इंस्टीट्यूट, GIS और तमाम जो अन्य भी जो संस्थान हैं, उनसे भी हम मदद लेंगे, उनकी सहायता से भी उस पर काम करेंगे। और जो काम होने हैं उन कामों को भी एकदम से, चाहे ड्रेनेज का काम हो या वहाँ पर सीवर का काम हो या जो भी काम वहाँ पर होने हैं, उन कामों को तात्कालिक रूप से करने की भी हमने योजना बनाई है। हमारे लिए जो सबसे ज़रूरी है वो सबकी सुरक्षा है। वहाँ पर जो लोग प्रभावित क्षेत्र में हैं उन सभी की सुरक्षा हमारी प्राथमिकता है। इसलिए हमने कहा है कि उस क्षेत्र को ठीक प्रकार से देख लें और जो भी संभावित खतरा हो सकता है उससे बचने के लिए पहले ही सारी व्यवस्था वहाँ पर सुनिश्चित हो।
So there you heard the soundbite reaction coming in from the Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami, who says that emergency operations have been made operational. Relief teams have also been sent to Joshimath. This, of course, after situation that remains grim in the religious town of Joshimath. Let's take a look at this report filed by my colleague Anuj on the ground situation in Joshimath.
Fear has gripped hundreds of residents in the town of Joshimath in Uttarakhand. The houses have developed major cracks and it's being called the sinking town.
I am reporting from a house in Joshimath, and behind me you can clearly see the condition of the wall. It has been totally broken. If we talk about the cracks that was seen outside, if we talk about the cracks that was seen on the ground, on the floor, on the walls, but you can see and understand the condition what is happening over here in Joshimath. There you can see it has been totally broken, and the people are not left with any other option but to leave this particular house, but to leave this particular residence. You can still see some of the luggage which is lying over here. We will. That's the kitchen. That's something I've been told by a man over here.
A total of 561 establishments in Joshimath have reported cracks. In fact, a temple collapsed in Joshimath on Friday evening, raising heightened concerns among people.
There you can see this was a temple which was here, and it is down now. It has collapsed. So there you can see the condition, as we were showing you the condition earlier also, how the cracks could be clearly seen. Even I'm standing on this particular house where this particular temple was, and now you can see it has already collapsed because of these kind of cracks which could be clearly seen in whole Joshimath. That's something what I am seeing.
Hundreds live in the fear of getting homeless.
The cracks could be clearly seen there on the wall, and what I've been told that it's going up now. It's not limited to here only, but the damage is like increasing. Damage is going ahead. That is something what we are seeing. We'll try and talk to a local over here so that we can understand if they can tell us भैया ये क्या ये दरारें जो हो रही हैं ये कब से होनी शुरू हुई हैं, क्या है ये बताइए, ये कब से हो रही है ये दरारें?
सर ये अभी तो फिलहाल अभी तो पहले अदरवाइज इश्यू था, अभी तो फिलहाल हमें 2 दिन में ये रिजल्ट मिला है।
अच्छा,
ये 2 दिन में।
और ये कहाँ जैसे ये अभी हम एक जगह पे खड़े हैं जोशीमठ के,
पूरा इस तरफ एरिया, इस यहाँ से पूरा आप इस बिल्डिंग से और इस एरिया से लेकर इस पूरे सिमला के एरिया रोड से लेकर और इस फर्स्ट बिल्डिंग जो यहाँ पे है माउंट व्यू, हाँ इसके पीछे पूरे दरारें, मोटे मोटे दरारें आप लेके चलो सामने वाली बिल्डिंग पे।
ये बात करते करते जी, तो ये मतलब इससे कुछ नुकसान भी अभी देखने को मिला है या अभी लोग घबराहट में?
सिर्फ अभी घबराहट में है सर, अभी नुकसान तो अभी कुछ भी नहीं मिला इसके अंदर।
अच्छा,
तो सिर्फ अभी घबराहट में, और दरअसल जो है कि इश्यू तो है क्योंकि तरह चला हुआ है, पर सिर्फ अभी सिर्फ मान के मैंने ये सोचा कि अभी घबराहट में है।
सरकार ने अरेंजमेंट भी करे, मैंने मतलब हमें बताया गया कि रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन भी हुआ है, कई लोगों को अपना बंद करके भी चले गए घर।
जी सर ये कंफर्म है कि ये अभी बंद करके चले गए हैं, पर अभी ऑपरेशन के अनुसार अभी सोचने नहीं है। अभी जो आप कह रहे हैं कि विश्राम के पे जो चेंज किया उसका कुछ नहीं है। अभी खुद ही स्वयं अपनी जिम्मेदारी ले रखी है।
A team of experts conducted a door-to-door survey in the affected areas on Friday.
Let me give you the sense what exactly is happening. If we talk about this particular happening, that what exactly is the condition, let me give you a sense. You can see the cracks in the roads, I can see, and there I'll ask my video journalist to zoom it a bit, and so that we can show you properly what is happening. If we talk about this particular road, this is a normal road. And this is not limited to road. Let me take you ahead. We will also talk to the people. But there you can clearly see the kind of cracks in the road. We'll talk to the people. We'll try and understand. There also I can see some of the cracks. People are showing me. This is just behind, I had their shop. There you can see it is moving. There you can see. There we can see the cracks. There inside the shop, the cracks could be clearly seen. There on the wall. And what I've been told that it's going up now. It's not limited to here only, but the damage is like increasing. Damage is going ahead. That is something what we are seeing.
But residents maintain demand of rehabilitation as total 38 families have been already displaced.
ये अभी हमने देखा अंदर, यहाँ पे सब टूट गया है।
हाँ टूट गए, कहाँ जाऊँ बेटा, हमको कोई रहने के ठिकाना है ही नहीं, कहाँ जाऊँ हम, इतने बच्चे लोग हैं यहाँ, इतनी परेशानी हुई, किराएदार वो सारा लोग चले गए, और हम लोग कहाँ जाऊँ। हम ये सरकारी से ऑर्डर नहीं आ रहे कि तुम वहाँ कमरे में जाओ, ना हमको कोई खर लोग देखने सब आ रहे, और कोई नहीं बोले कि तुमको ठिकाना है वहाँ सोने के लिए कमरे तुम्हारे वहाँ है, कहाँ जाऊँ हम, क्या करूँ।
आपके यहाँ और किराएदार रहते थे?
किराए सारा कमरे पर किराएदार रहते थे, सारा खाली कर दिए,
वो सब चले गए?
सब चले गई।
अच्छा, अभी आप कह रहे हो कि आपके पास कोई जगह नहीं?
कोई जगह नहीं है, हम गाय भी है हमारी, पूरे परिवार हम यहाँ की है जोशीमठ का, और कहाँ जाऊँ हम, किराएदार तो अपने घर चल जाएंगे, हम कहाँ जाऊँ। और कोई हम सरकार हमको देख रही, कुछ नहीं बोले कि वहाँ कमरा है नहीं है, कुछ बोली नहीं है, ऐसे ही देख रहे चल रहे। अब क्या करूँ क्या बोलो, हमारी व्यवस्था होना चाहिए, हम क्या न तो यही मरेंगे, क्या करेंगे तो।
Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami held meeting with top officials last evening and will visit Joshimath today. Bureau Report for Republic TV.
And on to a news break coming in, this one from Bihar, where the Bihar chief has stoked a controversy. Jagdan Singh, who's made some shocking remarks over Ram Janmabhoomi, calling it a land of hate. A reaction coming in as well from the BJP that has hit out over these remarks that have been made by the Bihar RJD chief. First up, let's listen into that soundbite of the RJD Bihar chief Jagdan Singh, who says, in fact, calls Ram Janmabhoomi a land of hate.
तो देखो कि अब कण कण से सिमट करके केवल उस पत्थरों की चारदीवारी में राम चले गए, जहाँ नफरत की जमीन पर राम के मंदिर का निर्माण हो रहा है, यहाँ की अब इंसानियत से बड़ा इस भारत में उन्मादियों की अब राम बचेंगे। अब लोगों के, गरीबों के, झोपड़ी वालों के, तुलसी के राम, अयोध्या के राम, सबरी की जूठन बैर खाने वाले राम अब भारत में नहीं, बल्कि पत्थरों के भीतर एक कैद केवल राम रहेंगे, बाकी सब जगह से राम खत्म हो गए।
So there you heard that soundbite of the RJD Bihar chief who calls Ram Janmabhoomi a land of hate. Remarks that have of course triggered quite a controversy. Reactions coming in from the BJP that has tore into these remarks that were made by the Bihar RJD chief Jagannathan Singh, who called Ram Janmabhoomi a land of hate. In fact, let's listen into that reaction coming in from BJP's Shehzad Poonawala on this soundbite of the RJD Bihar chief.
Comments made by Jagannathan Singh, the Bihar RJD chief and close aide of Tejasvi Yadav and the Yadav family on Prabhu Shri Ram, Ram Mandir and on Ram Janmabhoomi. He says कि अब प्रभु श्री राम कण कण से निकलकर नफरत की जमीन पर बनी 4 दीवारों में बैठ जाएंगे। अब राम गरीबों के राम नहीं बल्कि उन्मादी लोगों के राम बचे हैं। This means that Prabhu Shri Ram is not in our Kankan, but he has gone into the Nafrat ki zameen, referring to Ram Janmabhoomi as Nafrat ki zameen, and that Ram Mandir is a char diwari in which Ramji will be now sitting, and that there is no Ram of the poor, there is no Ram of the good people, it is only Ram of troublemakers and Ram of Unmati people. This kind of commentary has been made by Jagannathan Singh, who is known to make controversial comments. In the past, when the PFI was banned, at that time too, he abused and insulted Hindus and tried to rope in and defend PFI. This is the kind of mindset. Hindu आस्था पर करो चोट ताकि मिले वोट बैंक का वोट. Is insulting Hindu आस्था secularism? This is not a sayog. It is a vote bank का प्रयोग. And time and again this is done. Whether it is the Congress Party, Hussein Dalwai, many of its leaders who say Hindu terror, Hindutva is like ISIS, doubt the existence of Sri Ram, or these kinds of comments made by RJD leaders like Jagannathan Singh, who insult Ram Mandir, Ram Janmabhoomi and Prabhu Shri Ram. And the most shocking, despicable comments made.
So there you heard BJP tearing into this RJD Bihar chief Jagannathan Singh, who's made these shocking remarks on Ram Janmabhoomi, calling it a nafrat ki zameen, even going on to say that Ram Mandir, calling it as Char Diwari and Unmadi ka Ram. In fact, these are the remarks that have been made by the RJD Bihar chief on Ram Janmabhoomi, a reaction, a soundbite and remark that has drawn massive criticism from several of those leaders, including the BJP that has now hit out at the RJD Bihar chief. We'll try and get more reactions on this, but let's once again listen in to that soundbite of the Bihar RJD chief, sparking a controversy with those remarks, calling Ram Janmabhoomi a land of hate.
तो देखो कि अब कण कण से सिमट करके केवल उस पत्थरों की चार दीवारी में राम चले गए, जहाँ नफरत की जमीन पर राम के मंदिर का निर्माण हो रहा है। यहाँ की अब इंसानियत से बड़ा इस भारत में उन्मादियों के अब राम बचेंगे। अब लोगों के, गरीबों के, झोपड़ी वालों के, तुलसी के राम, अयोध्या के राम, सबरी की जूठन बैर खाने वाले राम अब भारत में नहीं, बल्कि पत्थरों के भीतर एक कैद केवल राम रहेंगे, बाकी सब जगह से राम खत्म हो गए।
Now, in a big Republic impact, Shankar Mishra, who allegedly urinated on co-passenger while they were on the flight from New York to the national capital, has now been terminated from the financial services company Wells Fargo, where he used to work. In fact, we're also given to understand that the crew members of Air India have been summoned by the Delhi police today. In fact, let's take a look at this report to understand what has really transpired all these days on the Air India horror.
November 26th, an inebriated man urinated on a 70-year-old female co-passenger mid-air. What followed was an attempt to brush the entire incident under the carpet.
A drunk man walked up to a woman on an Air India flight, unzipped his pants, and then urinated on her. This is the most sickening and horrendous sequence of events. But what did Air India do? Almost absolutely nothing. They decided to casually ban him for 30 days, and that also, what we are hearing, they took this small action weeks after the incident. This is not a joke, ladies and gentlemen, that Air India needs to understand. This is a very serious matter.
But Republic's unrelenting campaign has now forced action.
I'm trying to connect Shankar Mishra. I'm trying to connect Shankar Mishra. I put the phone on speakers. The phone is ringing. Shankar Mishra is not responding. Viewers, Shankar Mishra, the accused, the creep, who urinated and in fact is not responding.
From Mumbai to Bengaluru, Republic teams have tracked Shankar Mishra. But he is hiding and unleashing his lawyer instead. Following widespread public outrage, Wells Fargo removed him from official groups. He's now been sacked.
Right now we are outside his office in Bengaluru at Devana Bisanahalli, and now it is mainly being learnt of the fact that the accused Shankar Mishra was present in Bengaluru, but the timeline is yet to be established as of now because there are no details of whether he was present or not.
Rattled, the accused has now unleashed his lawyer. He has now questioned the 70-year-old instead. Even Air India, which tried to wash its hands off, is now compelled to hold inquiries. The DGCA issued new advisory to all airlines. And even as news tightens around accused Shankar Mishra's neck, the clamour for his arrest is only growing louder. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Moving on to a quick 1-minute report of the Indian commanders having handed over the body of the Pak intruder who was gunned down by the BSF Jawans on the Indo-Pak border of Punjab's Amritsar district.
Days after border security force personnel killed an armed Pakistani intruder on the Indo-Pak border in Punjab's Amritsar district, the sources now revealed that Pak's intruder was handed over to Pakistan. The decision took place after two nations went on for casual discussion. During casual contact with Pakistan Rangers at about 7 p.m. yesterday, party commander handed over the dead body of Pakistan intruder to Pak party commander. The intruder was found armed with a sophisticated modified pump-action shotgun which can fire more than one shot. Reportedly, these were the first incidents in 2023 where Pakistani intruders were killed at the 2,289-kilometer long border that runs along Jammu, Rajasthan, Gujarat and Punjab on India's western flank. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
And on to another Republic exclusive. Republic spoke exclusively to the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan on the event that will be hosted in Madhya Pradesh, which is the Pravasi Bharatiya Sammelan. Talking to Republic, the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister spoke about the state's preparedness for the upcoming event.
प्रदेश के इंदौर में प्रवासी भारतीय सम्मेलन और ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टर समिट होने जा रही है। इसको लेकर मध्य प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री शिवराज सिंह चौहान रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क से एक्सक्लूसिव बातचीत करेंगे। हम जानेंगे कि कितना बड़ा आयोजन है और कितना ये इससे मध्य प्रदेश को उछाल मिलेगा, मध्य प्रदेश के ग्रोथ के लिए कितना जरूरी है। सर, प्रवासी भारतीय सम्मेलन जिसमें खुद पीएम नरेंद्र मोदी जी आ रहे हैं, शुभारंभ करेंगे और राष्ट्रपति जी भी आ रही हैं, इसके अलावा ग्लोबल इन्वेस्टर समिट भी है। पहले सर प्रवासी भारतीय की बात किया तो सर कितनी तैयारियां कर ली गई हैं इंदौर जो कि स्वच्छता में नंबर 1 है वहां पर?
मध्य प्रदेश पूरी तरह से तैयार है, इंदौर पूरी तरह से तैयार है। स्वच्छता में इंदौर भी लगातार नंबर 1 है, छक्का लगा चुका है और मध्य प्रदेश भी नंबर 1 है ओवरऑल। एक दुर्लभ अवसर मध्य प्रदेश को मिला है कि पूरी दुनिया में रहने वाले अलग अलग लगभग 66 देशों से प्रवासी भारतीय मध्य प्रदेश पधार रहे हैं। ये आतिथ्य सत्कार का दुर्लभ अवसर तो है ही, क्योंकि अतिथि देवो भव की परंपरा है हमारी, लेकिन हमारा देश जो प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमान नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में अद्भुत प्रगति कर रहा है, हर क्षेत्र में प्रगति कर रहा है, उससे भी प्रवासी भारतीय रूबरू होंगे और उस प्रगति और विकास में कैसे योगदान दे सकते हैं वो भी सोचेंगे। लेकिन मध्य प्रदेश को पूरी दुनिया के सामने ढंग से प्रस्तुत करने का एक अवसर है हमारे लिए। तो मध्य प्रदेश की ब्रांडिंग होगी, मध्य प्रदेश की विशेषताओं से दुनिया परिचित होगी, मध्य प्रदेश में जो संभावनाएं हैं वो हम प्रवासी भारतीय भाई बहनों को बताएंगे और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि जिस ढंग से मध्य प्रदेश अब प्रगति कर रहा है, 19.76% हमारी ग्रोथ रेट है, तो मध्य प्रदेश को उड़ान भरने का एक अवसर होगा।
सर, इंदौर पूरी तरह से सज गया, दुल्हन की तरह सज गया। लोग अपने घर पे एनआरआई जो है, प्रवासी भारतीय हैं, उनको रखना चाहते हैं, उसके लिए रजिस्ट्रेशन भी कराएं। इतना बढ़ चढ़ कर लोग हिस्सा ले रहे हैं, तो इससे जो व्यापक स्तर पर, वैश्विक स्तर पर मध्य प्रदेश और इंदौर की छवि और सुधरेगी। सर,
ये कोई सरकारी कर्मकांड नहीं है। इस आयोजन को हमने जनता का आयोजन बनाया है। हर इंदौर वासी, हर मध्य प्रदेश वासी उत्साहित है, आह्लादित है। अरे लोगों ने अपने दिल के दरवाजे भी खोल दिए और घर के दरवाजे भी खोल दिए और कहा कि होटल में रुकने की जरूरत क्या है, आओ हमारे घर। इंदौर को जैसे अपने शादी विवाह में लोग सजाते हैं घर को, वैसा सजा दिया गया है। पूरी तरह से तैयार है इंदौर, पूरी तरह से तैयार है मध्य प्रदेश। और मैं फिर कह रहा हूं, यह अवसर ऐसा है जब मध्य प्रदेश ग्लोबली अपनी इमेज को ठीक ढंग से प्रस्तुत कर पाएगा और विकास की नई उड़ान भर पाएगा।
So the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan speaking to the public on the Pravasi Sammelan that will be hosted in the state and will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister. For now, a quick roundup of all that's making news from across the country. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has arrived in Ranchi. He will be holding a core group meeting and a public rally in Chaibasa today. The anti-narcotic cell arrested 3 drug peddlers from the Ambernath area and recovered 90 kgs of drugs amounting to over 17 lakh rupees in international market. A case against 3 peddlers has been registered under the NDPS Act and the probe is underway. Telangana BJP chief Bandi Sanjay was detained by the police. This comes after Bandi Sanjay along with farmers was seen protesting outside the collectorate's office in Kamareddy against the municipal master plan and the TRS government. Meanwhile, the police has ensured that legal action will be taken against the ones who were involved in illegal actions that happened in the area. The police has further said that they will send Telangana BJP President Bandi Sanjay out of district. The Union Minister Piyush Goyal has launched Bureau of India Standards Action Plan on the 76th Foundation Day of the BIS. According to Union Minister, BIS is playing a pivotal role in making Brand India a global leader in quality. Uttarakhand Chief Minister has directed officials to set up rehabilitation centres in Joshimath in wake of land subsidence. Meanwhile, the district administration has launched relief and rescue operations in the area. Soldiers of the Border Security Force have upped their vigilance along the line of control in Kashmir bordering Pakistan. On Friday, the BSF had put up a video on social media that showed soldiers trekking through frozen and arduous terrain. Delhi's overall air quality index suddenly and unexpectedly spiked and clocked 400, and in view of the significant deterioration in the air quality of the Delhi NCR in last 24 hours, the subcommittee for invoking actions under the graded response action plan of the Commission for Air Quality Management in NCR and adjoining areas met on Friday to review the situation. A massive fire broke out at a hotel in Hyderabad on Friday that also led to death of a person. The fire broke out at a hotel near Nalgonda Road under Chadar Ghat police station in Hyderabad. Meanwhile, the fire tenders were called in to douse the fire. The CPIM Rajya Sabha MP Binoy Vishwam has written a letter to the Union Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia after his flight was delayed due to engine failure, even as he alleged mismanagement by the airline staff post the delay, and urged the minister to investigate the matter. All right, slipping into a very short break for now, but do not go anywhere. Lots coming up on the other side of this very short break. BJP to stage protest at Rajghat Ghat today. We'll get you live coverage all through the day. And man claims to be Anjali's friend, claims Nidhi asked for money from Anjali and both fought over it.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, mass comm, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Shankar Mishra, the accused in this particular cases. We are also getting to learn that just a few days ago, after the incident, Shankar Mishra, the accused, being identified as the vice president of Wells Fargo. This is the Wells Fargo office where the accused, Shankar Mishra, works out from. And a few of the employees too, when we did speak to them off the record, they clearly stated that they know him, but they do not know, or they are not aware of whether he is here or not.
I'm ringing the bell. We'll try to check if he's there inside, if he responds to the question of Republic TV.
Mr. Mishra, if you can hear me, could you just respond? Are you apologetic? Are you sorry for the thing that happened on the Air India flight? Mr. Mishra, can you open the door and respond to the questions of Republic TV?
आपने ये बोला कि कर्नल बुल कुमार, उन्होंने मैप देखा, उन्होंने बोला ये तो गड़बड़ है। एज पर मैप भारत का एरिया, लेकिन वहां पे जाने की विदेशियों को, जर्मन्स को परमिशन दे रहा है पाकिस्तान।
क्योंकि since there were some people like us who were aware of what is Siachen Glacier, we knew what it is like. मैं बिला फोंडला पहुंचा, पाकिस्तान का हेलीकॉप्टर मेरे ऊपर, तो उसने मुझे देखा, मैंने उसको देखा, उसने वहां से घुमा पीछे और वापस। They were shocked.
निधि निधि निधि, अरे सर निधि प्लीज आ जाओ। कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? निधि है घर में, निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे आप? कुछ भी बोलेंगे निधि? कुछ भी निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है, देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। निधि निधि दौड़ रही है। निधि निधि निधि
Not only inside the house but also outside the house, the commotion is taking place. Now the BJP workers have gathered here. They are now saying that Aam Aadmi Party workers are not letting the nominated councillor member to take oath. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their leader, their members are not being allowed to take oath. So allegations versus counter allegation are taking place.
India is #1 manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. #1 also in tractors. #2 in buses. #3 in trucks. #4 in passenger vehicles. And very shortly we will be #3, overtaking Japan. Just wait for a couple of years.
I'm told that you've taken some 800 acres. You are investing some 20,000 or 18,000 crore rupees in a Haryana plant. So you're also...
Thanks for tuning in this Saturday morning. You're watching the Morning Express. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. Let's get started with top headlines this Saturday morning. Big impact of Republic campaign accused Shankar Mishra's father summoned by the Delhi police. Republic coverage leads to action. Air India pilots and crew asked to appear before the Delhi police will be quizzed together. Demand grows for the arrest of Shankar Mishra as he remains untraceable and absconding. A day after AAP and BJP councillors exchange blows, BJP to stage protest at Rajghat. Man claims to be Anjali's friend, claims Nidhi asked for money from Anjali and both fought over it. And we start with a shocking incident that has come to light from Bengaluru, where a woman was beaten, thrashed, her hair pulled and dragged. In fact, she was dragged by this particular man. The incident having been reported on 21st of December. We'll put out those visuals as well, in which this woman who's been brutally thrashed inside the temple. We also given to understand that a complaint has been lodged in this particular case. Prajwal getting us those details of this particular incident, a case having been registered under section 354 of the IPC against the accused, who's been identified as Muni Krishna. So the visuals there that we'll just put out of this incident, which was reported in Bengaluru's Amruthahali, in which the woman is being dragged and slapped. Now, according to the victim, the incident took place on 21st of December at Lakshmi Narasimha Swami Temple in Bengaluru. In fact, we are also given to understand that she's got an FIR registered against the accused. But the visuals there speak volumes of the kind of torture that she had to undergo. She was brutally thrashed, her hair pulled inside the temple, a complaint that has been registered under section 354 of the IPC. And we have Prajwal getting us those details. Prajwal, if you could give us more details as to what really prompted the man to behave in such a manner with this woman, and what action has been taken against the accused.
Samiksha, now we get to understand that this particular incident happened on the 21st of December while the woman was in the Lakshmi Narasimha Swami temple, which is near Amruthalli. And according to the rules of the temple, only the priest is allowed inside the inner sanctum sanctorum of the temple, and therefore he had objected to the fact that the victim should not be entering inside the temple. But at which point of time, according to the accused, he stated that the victim Hemavati had insisted that she wanted to enter the sanctum sanctorum, and the chief priest of the temple, being Muni Krishna, was not happy with this. Initially, he tried reasoning it out, but despite the fact that the woman insisted that she wanted to go inside, Muni Krishna has then got violent and has started beating her up. And there has been counter allegations too, stating that the woman was mentally unstable and she started spitting on the priest. But whatsoever, this is not the way to treat a woman, is what is being stated, and a complaint has already been filed at the Amruthalli police station, who are looking into this entire incident. They are also looking at the other CCTV footage which has emerged from inside the temple, which shows the woman spitting at the priest as well. So how right is it? So both the groups are going on to argue, stating that it was the victim who, in fact, initiated this entire brawl, but the CCTV says otherwise now. The cops have already taken Muni Krishna into custody, and they have also recorded his statement. And Muni Krishna has told the police that the woman claimed that the Lord Venkateshwara was her husband and wanted to sit next to the idol, but when her demand was rejected, she spit on the priest, after which a war of words broke out, and then he was forced to raise his hand on her.
With us, and like you're telling us, even if the victim was at fault here, even if she was not allowed to enter the temple, she entered the sanctum sanctorum. If you could explain to us, for our viewers also who are just tuning in, the exact sequence of events and what action has been taken against the accused who tortured this woman inside the temple.
On the 21st of December, there were special rituals, which was basically being conducted at the Lakshmi Narasimha Swami temple, and devotees were coming in huge numbers. So even before the rituals began, we saw that the victim in question over here was already present at the temple, requesting the temple authorities as well as the chief priest, or the Dharmadarshi, better known as a Dharmadarshi, was actually in fact there. He was present, and he also objected to it. She's also taken a special coupon which allows them to go in front but not inside the sanctum sanctorum, and she started praying there. But after an hour or so, this brawl has broken out, where she insisted that the Lord Venkateshwara was her husband, and in fact she went inside the sanctum sanctorum, at which point of time a few of the trustees of the temple as well as the chief priest has dragged dragged her out and stated her to stay there, at which point of time the victim has been enraged and she had started spitting on the temple priest. And later we see that a group of 3 to 4 people drag her by the hair and slap her, which was totally uncalled for. And this absolute rude behavior and violent behavior by the priest has not gone down well with either the devotees or the authorities there. And the devotees themselves have taken the woman along with them and have lodged a complaint at the Amruthalli police station. A complaint has been registered against the priest under IPC section 354, and even his counter complaint too has been filed, but the woman has not been taken into custody as of now.
Yes. Prajwal, thank you for the moment, and like you're telling us, important to highlight here that while this woman was dragged and pulled by her hair, we see those people who are standing there as mute spectators doing nothing to help that woman. Thank you for that moment, for that news break. But the visuals there on your screens of the woman who was dragged and pulled by her hair inside the temple as she had entered the sanctorum despite not being allowed. And on to more news this report that has been filed by my colleague Zeenat from the Zojila Pass. This, of course, after we are given to understand that the Zojila Pass on the Srinagar-Kargil-Leh road, which connects Ladakh to the rest of the country, will be temporarily closed starting today. Here's a report filed by my colleague Zeenat.
We are reporting from 11,649 feet above sea level, and we are reporting from Zojila Pass, altitude of around 11,649 feet, and this time this Zojila Pass, which is a big connect between Sonamarg as well as the Kargil, this Zojila Pass is open for the traffic movement. My VJ can show you the visuals from this because strategically this is a very important pass, and seeing the situation in the northern borders, this time we are seeing the beacon as well as the army coming together to keep the pass open for the military supplies, for the logistics, because we have seen the situation in the northern borders. We are seeing a lot of efforts coming from the beacon as well in army to keep these supplies going, although we are seeing the movement of upward as well as the down convoy also here to keep an eye on everything, because after what happened in Galwan, there has been a lot of push to keep the borders, roads connecting to the borders as much as possible open, despite the harsh weather this time. It's almost -12 this time, as we are reporting from the place. Despite the harsh and the chilly weather, we are seeing men and machinery on ground to keep this pass open. With VJ Firdoswani, I'm Zeenat Zishan Fazal for Republic in Zojila. We are reporting from Zojila Pass, and this time we are seeing army along with the beacon keeping the road open for the public as well as for the forces. I'm joined by Brigadier Saket Singh. Thank you so much for talking to the public, sir. A lot of efforts on ground to keep this pass open. What would you like to say?
Absolutely. In fact, we are all standing at the Zojila Pass, which lies at an altitude of 11,649 feet. Zojila Pass is a very important landmark on the National Highway 1, which connects Srinagar to Leh. We know that this National Highway crosses the Greater Himalayan Range at the Zojila Pass. NH1 has actually served as a lifeline for the complete civilian population which resides in the Leh and Ladakh areas, as also the security forces deployed on the northern borders. And with the onset of winters, because of low temperatures, heavy snowfall and the threat of avalanches, the movement of traffic on this road becomes very difficult. In fact, it stops. If you see the figures for the last few years, generally between 15th of November and first week of December, the pass used to generally close. However, last 2-3 years, since in fact 2020, when we've seen the situation of heightened tension on our northern borders, there's been a requirement to keep this pass open till as long as possible.
So how are you seeing the convoy movement upward as well as downward? There is no restrictions as far as the convoy is concerned?
No, because of the restriction of the road width, it is done in turns. In fact, last 2 odd weeks, a day was given for the down convoy, and thereafter a day was given for the up convoy.
So So we are saying that although there has been some challenging situation coming from Arunachal and other places, is it also the focus that keep the road open as long as you can?
Absolutely. As I just said, there was a requirement to keep the pass open till as long as possible. And we've done that. In fact, it's a matter of precedence for the border roads to have kept Zojila Pass open till 6th of January this year. It's never happened before. And to give you the advantage that is accrued out of it, in the last almost 6 weeks, 1.5 months that has gone past, more than 13,500 vehicles have crossed Zojila either way. And from that we can actually get an estimate of how important keeping the pass open for so long has been for the people of Leh and Ladakh.
सिविल ड्राइवर है, जोजिला पे गाड़ी चलाते हैं, तो इस वक्त खासकर इस वाले मौसम में कैसा एक्सपीरियंस?
जी मैम, ये अपने आप में एक अचीव है हमारे पास, जो अभी हम ये एटमॉस्फेयर आप देख सकते हैं कैसे हैं, ठंडी है यहाँ पे। बट फिलहाल जो भी प्रोजेक्ट बीकन है, फर्स्ट टाइम ये 6 तारीख तक ओपन रखा है। इससे हम लोगों को बहुत फ़ायदा हुआ। राशन हमने पहुँचा दिया करगिल, लद्दाख वगैरह के लिए, और इवन जो टूरिज़्म भी था वो भी इस बार बहुत हाई हुआ। तो ये एक बड़ी अचीवमेंट है हमारे लिए मैम, और हम चाहते हैं फ्यूचर में ऐसा रहे। लेकिन आप देख सकते हैं इस ठंड में ये लोग कैसे काम करते हैं, और हम इनके शुक्रगुजार हैं। इन लोगों ने 6 तारीख तक फर्स्ट टाइम रखा इस बार खुला, तो इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे ये लोग आगे भी ऐसे, और हम लोग का ऐसे फ़ायदा रहे।
All right, we'll slip into a very short break for now, but do not go anywhere. Lots coming up on the other side of this very short break on the Morning Express. Big impact of Republic campaign accused Shankar Mishra's father summoned by the Delhi police. A day after AAP and BJP councillors exchanged blows, BJP to stage protest at Rajghat.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
आपने ये बोला कि कर्नल बुल कुमार, उन्होंने मैप देखा, उन्होंने बोला ये तो गड़बड़ है। एज पर मैप भारत का एरिया, लेकिन वहां पे जाने की विदेशियों को, जर्मन्स को परमिशन दे रहा है पाकिस्तान।
क्योंकि since there were some people like us who were aware of what is Siachen Glacier, we knew what it is like. मैं बिला फोंडला पहुंचा, पाकिस्तान का हेलीकॉप्टर मेरे ऊपर, तो उसने मुझे देखा, मैंने उसको देखा, उसने वहां से घुमा पीछे और वापस। They were shocked.
निधि, 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 अरे सर, निधि प्लीज आ जाओ। कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि, निधि है घर में, निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि, निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे आप? कुछ भी बोलेंगे निधि? कुछ भी, कुछ भी। निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है, देखिए। निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं? निधि, निधि दौड़ रही है। निधि, निधि, निधि।
Not only inside the house but also outside the house, the commotion is taking place. Now the BJP workers have gathered here. They are now saying that Aam Aadmi Party workers are not letting the nominated councillor member to take oath. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their leader, their members are not being allowed to take oath. So allegations versus counter allegation are taking place.
India is #1 manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. #1 also in tractors. #2 in buses. #3 in trucks. #4 in passenger vehicles. And very shortly we will be #3, overtaking Japan. Just wait for a couple of years.
I'm told that you've taken some 800 acres. You are investing some 20,000 or 18,000 crore rupees in a Haryana plant. So you're also preparing for the future.
Yeah.
That shows your commitment.
Its capacity is 1 million cars annually. So this is going to be
one of the largest in the world.
Not one of the largest. It is the largest.
Republic 45.7%.
Republic TV has 331% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment.
आपने ये बोला कि कर्नल बुल कुमार, उन्होंने मैप देखा, उन्होंने बोला ये तो गड़बड़ है। एज पर मैप भारत का एरिया, लेकिन वहां पे जाने की विदेशियों को, जर्मन्स को परमिशन दे रहा है पाकिस्तान।
क्योंकि since there were some people like us who were aware of what is Siachen Glacier, we knew what it is like. मैं बिला फॉन्डला पहुंचा, पाकिस्तान का हेलीकॉप्टर मेरे ऊपर, तो उसने मुझे देखा, मैंने उसको देखा, उसने वहां से घुमा पीछे और वापस। They were shocked.
Thanks for staying tuned. You're watching the Morning Express. News break coming in relation to the Air India P-Gate scandal. Latest what we're given to understand is that the Delhi police will be moving court today to seek non-bailable warrant against accused Shankar Mishra, who remains absconding in this particular case. Remember, Wells Fargo, the financial services firm where Shankar Mishra used to work as vice president of the country, has been terminated from the services. Of course, all tracking the latest coming in. The latest what we're given to understand is that the police will be seeking non-bailable warrant against Shankar Mishra. Harsha getting us that news break. Harsha, if you could give us more details on what can be expected today and any clue that the police has been able to gather so far as tracing Shankar Mishra in this case is concerned.
Exactly, Samisha, till now we have got to know that the accused Shankar Mishra is continuously changing his location. Yesterday only he has came to Mumbai. What location has been traced of him by the Delhi police official? Initially he was changing his location from Vapi to Bangalore to different locations. Now today we are expecting that Delhi police could take the court route and go to Patiala House Court to seek a non-bailable warrant against him, because what police has said yesterday, what we have got to learn from our police sources, that the accused is planning to apply for an anticipatory bail in the Mumbai court, and because he is not joining the probe, and police is continuously asking him through various means that either he surrender or either a non-bailable warrant will be issued, but till now the accused have not joined the probe, and so we are expecting that today Delhi police officials could move to the Patiala House Court for a non-bailable warrant against him. Till now police has not nabbed him, but two different teams of Delhi police are in Bangalore and are in Mumbai, who are tracking different locations of the accused. The accused in a way is making mockery of the Delhi police official by continuously changing his location, by sending a statement through his lawyer, the WhatsApp chats and everything which we saw yesterday, and accused father coming on screen, coming on air and speaking on behalf of his son, accused Shankar Mishra, but till now they have not joined the investigation. Therefore Delhi police officials have also issued summon to Shankar Mishra's father Sham Mishra as well, and today we are expecting that in Delhi Sham Mishra could also be interrogated by Delhi police official to know more about the location of accused Shankar Mishra, who has fled away, and LOC lookout circular has also been issued against Shankar Mishra so he doesn't flee from the country. There the immigration officials are very alert at the airport so that he doesn't go abroad, because he has the visa, he has the passport. Nothing has been nothing has been taken by the police, because till now police have not nabbed him. So we can say that it's being very difficult for the Delhi police official to track accused Shankar Mishra. Therefore a court route will be taken by Delhi police officials via non-bailable warrant so that he doesn't move to court before Delhi police officials for the anticipatory bail. Samiksha, back to you.
Stay with us. A follow-up question. We understand that Shankar Mishra's father has been speaking to the media. If you can help us understand what has he been saying. We understand he's called it all false charges against his son. Also, if you can help us understand what can be expected today, because we understand that the crew of Air India has been summoned by the Delhi police today as well.
Exactly, Samisha. What we are learning is that Air India entire crew, because initially we saw day before yesterday the air hostess of that particular flight JFK to New Delhi, Air India air hostess and 4 other staff were questioned by Air India official, by Delhi police official. But today the 2 main pilot group pilot and the co-pilot along with 4 other crew members will be appearing at around 11 o'clock at the IGI police station, and a detailed interrogation by Delhi police official with them will be done, and the statement will be recorded physically, and they have to give a written statement exactly what happened in the airline, how they ensured the comfort and safety of the fellow passenger, the victim, or they didn't do that, what lacked on their point, what is their story. And initially we saw that crew was called separately for the interrogation, but today to get the sense of the story, and so that none of the crew member or pilot changed their story regarding this entire incident, therefore all the crew members have been called together at the IGI police station today at 11 o'clock, and a detailed investigation and physical recording of the statement of all these will be done at IGI police station. And if we talk about Sham Mishra, accused father Shankar Mishra's father. So Sham Mishra, what he has stated to media is that my son has done nothing wrong. I don't know, and till now the investigation will be done, and the reality truth, no one knows. What my son has communicated to me is that he couldn't do so. He was so stressed, he was so tired that he slept. I don't feel like he would have done that thing. So father is continuously taking side of his son who is accused, and not even saying on camera that he should surrender. So therefore the father will also be questioned by the Delhi police officials. Tamisha.
Thank you for the moment. So Harsha getting us the details and the latest on the P-Gate scandal. Latest we are given to understand is that the Delhi police will be moving court seeking non-bailable warrant against accused Shankar Mishra, who remains absconding as we speak. Slipping into a very short break for now, but do not go anywhere. Lots coming up on the other side of this very short break.
I'm Nupur Talwar Suri reporting in Mumbai, and this is Republic.
Not only inside the house but also outside the house, the commotion is taking place. Now the BJP workers have gathered here. They are now saying that Aam Aadmi Party workers are not letting the nominated councillor member to take oath. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their leader, their members are not being allowed to take oath. So allegations versus counter allegation are taking place.
India is #1 manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. #1 also in tractors. #2 in buses. #3 in trucks. #4 in passenger vehicles. And very shortly we will be #3, overtaking Japan. Just wait for a couple of years.
I'm told that you've taken some 800 acres. You are investing some 20,000 or 18,000 crore rupees in a Haryana plant. So you're also preparing for the future. That shows your commitment.
Its capacity is 1 million cars annually. So this is going to be
one of the largest in the world.
Not one of the largest. It is the largest.
Republic 45.7%. Republic TV has 331% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment.
निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि है घर में। निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? आप कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे? निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए, निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं? निधि देखिए, निधि कुछ कहना है? निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए,
Shankar Mishra, the accused in this particular cases. We are also getting to learn that just a few days ago, after the incident, Shankar Mishra, the accused, being identified as the Vice President of Wells Fargo. This is the Wells Fargo office where the accused, Shankar Mishra, works out from. And a few of the employees too, when we did speak to them off the record, they clearly stated that they know him, but they do not know, or they are not aware of whether he is here or not.
I'm ringing the bell. We'll try to check if he's there.
Days after border security force personnel killed an armed Pakistani intruder on the Indo-Pak border in Punjab's Amritsar district, the sources now revealed that Pak's intruder was handed over to Pakistan. The decision took place after two nations went on for casual discussion. During casual contact with Pakistan Rangers at about 7 p.m. yesterday, party commander handed over the dead body of Pakistan intruder to Pak party commander. The intruder was found armed with a sophisticated modified pump-action shotgun which can fire more than one shot. Reportedly, these were the first incidents in 2023 where Pakistani intruders were killed at the 2,289-kilometer long border that runs along Jammu, Rajasthan, Gujarat and Punjab on India's western flank. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
This is Samiksha Srivastava reporting from Mumbai, and this is Republic.
Republic 45.7%. Republic TV has 331% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment.
निधि 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 कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि है घर में। निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? आप कुछ भी बोलेंगे? निधि कुछ भी निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। निधि देखिए निधि निधि कुछ कहना है। निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए
Shankar Mishra, the accused in this particular cases. We are also getting to learn that just a few days ago, after the incident, Shankar Mishra, the accused, being identified as the Vice President of Wells Fargo. This is the Wells Fargo office where the accused, Shankar Mishra, works out from. And a few of the employees too, when we did speak to them off the record, they clearly stated that they know him, but they do not know or they are not aware of whether he is here or not.
I'm ringing the bell. We'll try to check if he's there inside, if he responds to the question of Republic TV.
Mr. Mishra, if you can hear me, could you just respond? Are you apologetic? Are you sorry for the thing that happened on the Air India flight? Mr. Mishra, can you open the door and respond to the questions of Republic TV?
आपने ये बोला कि कर्नल बुल कुमार, उन्होंने मैप देखा, उन्होंने बोला ये तो गड़बड़ है। एज पर मैप भारत का एरिया, लेकिन वहां पे जाने की विदेशियों को, जर्मन्स को परमिशन दे रहा है पाकिस्तान।
क्योंकि since there were some people like us who were aware of what is Siachen Glacier, we knew what it is like. मैं बिला फोंडला पहुंचा, पाकिस्तान का हेलीकॉप्टर मेरे ऊपर, तो उसने मुझे देखा, मैंने उसको देखा, उसने वहां से घुमा पीछे और वापस। They were shocked.
निधि 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 अरे सर निधि प्लीज आ जाओ। कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि है घर में। निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? आप कुछ भी बोलेंगे? निधि कुछ भी निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। निधि निधि दौड़ रही है। निधि निधि निधि
Not only inside the house but also outside the house, the commotion is taking place. Now the BJP workers have gathered here. They are now saying that Aam Aadmi Party workers are not letting the nominated councillor member.
Big impact of Republic campaign. Accused Shankar Mishra's father now summoned by Delhi police. Republic coverage ensures action. Air India pilots and crew asked to appear will be quizzed together. Demand grows for the arrest of Shankar Mishra as he remains untraceable and absconding.
यहाँ नफरत की जमीन पर राम के मंदिर का निर्माण हो रहा है।
Bihar RJD chief sparks major controversy, calls Ram Janambhoomi Nafrat ki zameen. A day after AAP and BJP councillors exchange blows, BJP to protest at Rajghat today. Man claims to be Anjali's friend, says Nidhi asked for money from Anjali and the two fought over it. And breaking news coming in now. You're watching, viewers, live and breaking on Republic. There's a big crackdown on Jaish proxy outfit. News coming in of a major crackdown on the terror outfit of which is a proxy of the Jaish-e-Mohammed. PAFF declared a terror group. PAFF is a proxy outfit of Jaish, and now it has been declared a terror group. So it's a massive crackdown on Jaish, and we'll try and get more voices on this. But news that's breaking right now is that the centre is cracking down on terror once again with the ban on proxy outfit of Jaish, PAFF. Gursimran joining us with the details. Gursimran, what are the details you have right now? Give us some background, some context onto PAFF. We believe it's a proxy outfit of the Jaish, and now it is to be banned, we hear. It's over to you.
Yes, the Union Home Ministry has banned under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act the proxy organization of Jaish-e-Mohammed People's Anti-Fascist Front. And this is the same organization, the same terror group that has carried out the killings of 9 Jawans of the Indian Army in the Bhattaduria encounter that has taken place in year 2021. The operation that ran over 100 days, only one terrorist was killed. 9 of our brave hearts lost their life in this encounter, in this terror attack that has taken place in the forest area of the Poonch district. And also in the killings of civilians, the people who have come from outside states in Jammu and Kashmir to earn their livelihood, they were targeted by the terrorists of the People's Anti-Fascist Front. This was started in 2019 post Pulwama Fidain attack, in which 40 CRPF Jawans were killed and the Pakistan was under caution. Then the Pakistan decided that there needs to be some of the offshoots of Lashkar-e-Toiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed, and then TRF and People's Anti-Fascist Front was formed so as to evade the international scrutiny as well as to give terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir a local color. But this was all being done on the behest of the Pakistani commanders, be it from Lashkar-e-Toiba or Jaish-e-Mohammed. This particular group, People's Anti-Fascist Front, was linked to Jaish-e-Mohammed and was working under the command of Rauf Asgar, who is the operational commander of Jaish-e-Mohammed. So now the Union Home Ministry under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act has declared People's Anti-Fascist Front a terror organization. That means a banned terror group is now People's Anti-Fascist Front, and their properties have already been under scanner, and some of the properties that they were using from Jaish or Jamaat-e-Islami, they too have been seized by the various investigating agencies.
Right, and when we talk about, well, the mop-up operations as far as, the security agencies are concerned, what is the current situation? Is the crackdown still on? Are they raiding officers? Are arrests being made? What more details about the actual operation? Because now we are hearing that it's a ban. But when we talk about, rounding up the people, the fronts, the social organizations, etc., that were a part of this entire terror network of the PAFF, what more information can you give us?
See, this is a multi-front war that the security agencies are fighting when it comes to the Jaish-e-Mohammed or Lashkar-e-Toiba. Because now what these offshoots have tried to do, that not only the ground recruitment, be it done by radicalization, but also the use of the social media by these organizations for recruiting the youth into the terror rank is being done. So a multi-front war is being fought by the security agencies. They are trying to do a total clampdown on the terror activities, be it using the radicalization on ground or via social media. Many of their handlers who were operating via social media, or many of those who were radicalizing youth on ground by preaching this or that to them, they have been detained by the Jammu and Kashmir police. Many arrested, many booked under the Public Safety Act and sent to the various jails in the country for promoting this culture of radicalization and also to wage a war against the Union of India. That's how they were radicalizing the youth. So a total clampdown is on, but yes, there are certain elements that are still in the society that are recruiting for these terror groups of the Pakistan to destabilize Jammu and Kashmir.
Right. But when we talk about concrete steps, when we talk about a ban, Gursimran, and from what has preceded, in terms of bans on terror organizations, it would mean that all the social media sites that were being used as part of the modus operandi of operation, as part of their recruitment process, as part of the funding process, all those social media sites, all those handles would now be frozen. Also, assets would be frozen. Moreover, people who are known by security forces to be a part of these terror organizations, would their travel, would their movement be restricted or banned? How does this process move from now on? Tell our viewers more.
See earlier what the agencies were doing, that they were considering People's Anti-Fascist Front as the offshoot of Jaish and TRF as the offshoot of Lashkar-e-Toiba. So the concrete steps and the actions they were taken in accordance with those that they were taking against the Lashkar and Jaish-e-Mohammed. Now two more terror groups have been added to the list, and they will be acted accordingly as per the law. Yes.
Well, many thanks, Gursimran, and we'll be back with you throughout the day for more. So it's a major crackdown on terror in the valley once again. Jaish proxy outfit PAFF banned now. We'll have to wait and watch how the concrete process of that ban goes on from here on. My colleague Gursimran on that story there in the valley. Let's move on now to other top news stories that we are tracking. More breaking news coming in. A major controversy now erupting as getting you breaking news from Bihar, as the RJD Bihar chief Jagdanand Singh now makes a shocking comment on Ram Mandir and Ram Janambhoomi. Labels Ram Janambhoomi as Nafrat Ki Zameen, Ram Mandir as Char Diwari, says Unmadi Ke Ram. That is troublemakers Ram. These are the words of, these are the shocking remarks of RJD Neta Jagdanand, who has said these shocking words. Let's listen in to what exactly was said by the Bihar RJD chief.
तो देखो कि अब कन-कन से सिमट करके केवल उस पत्थरों की चारदीवारी में राम चले गए, जहाँ नफरत की जमीन पर राम के मंदिर का निर्माण हो रहा है, यहाँ की अब इंसानियत से बड़ा इस भारत में उन्मादियों की अब राम बचेंगे। अब लोगों के, गरीबों के, झोपड़ी वालों के, तुलसी के राम, अयोध्या के राम, सबरी की जूठन बैर खाने वाले राम अब भारत में नहीं। बल्कि पत्थरों के भीतर एक कैद केवल राम रहेंगे, बाकी सब जगह से राम खत्म हो गए।
And joining me now is my senior editor, Prakash, of Special Projects. Prakash, who's joining me to give us more insight into this statement that's been made. Prakash, well, shocking comments coming in from Mr. Jagdanand of the RJD, Bihar RJD chief, calling Ram Janmabhoomi nafrat ki zameen.
Well, yes, it's a controversial statement made by Jagdanand Singh in the context that the RJD opposes the BJP politics, and in order to appease one section of the community because the minority vote for the RJD. Now, this is a statement that Ram does not exist, and Ram exists only for votes for the BJP, and this statement was given in the context that the Ram temple will be completed within a year's time. So now this statement that has been made goes to show the desperation of the RJD as to how it is trying to destroy the very basic culture of India. And also is made a personal attack on Home Minister that and the BJP, that the way BJP has been raising this issue for time and again, and it's a controversial statement that has been made by the RJD that Ram exists only within the periphery of the BJP's ideology, not in India, and it exists only within the stones. Back to you.
Right. Well, Prakash, so what do we take his statements to mean? Is it a comment that represents his party's viewpoint, or is it a personal statement? Well, we were just speaking with our senior editor of Special Projects, Prakash, who was giving us some context into this statement being made by Bihar RJD chief Jagdanand Singh, who has said that the Ram Janmabhoomi is a nafrat ki zameen, that the Ram Mandir claims the Ram Mandir battle is just vote bank politics. Shocking statements coming in. He also took a dig at Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who had declared in Tripura just a few days ago that the Bhavya Ram temple in Ayodhya will be complete and will be open for worship on the from January next year. That's January 2024. Now, Bihar RJD chief Jagdanand Singh says that it is just the Ram Mandir is just for vote bank politics. And we are trying to get in more voices on this story. Even as the Bihar RJD chief has made these shocking statements. And joining us now is Manish Barrier, who is an ex-JDU leader. Manish ji, many thanks for speaking with the Republic. आपके क्या reactions है? आपने सुना है बिहार RJD chief saying that ये नफरत की ज़मीन है about Ram Janmabhoomi.
It's a very shocking statement, and I do not understand in what context he has said, but in any context if he has said something like this, then it also shows, being a very responsible leader. I think the party is losing out for sure. Such kind of a statement is also, it actually takes the temperature up on many issues. And very, very surprising coming from such a senior leader of RJD. We've never heard something like this from him. But it could also be, I would say that it could be, because he's not very happy with the leadership of RJD as such. And, his son was, in fact, a minister and who recently made some very controversial statements against Nitish Kumar. So I see more as a internal bickering within the RJD or, the entire power game going on between RJD and this thing. But overall context, this is such an unfortunate statement coming from a senior leadership of RJD, and this is something which everyone should, in fact, criticize, and he should come out clean on this for sure. Right? This is not a statement which should be taken lightly.
Right, clearly, Mr. Barrier, absolutely. But seeing as there are no reactions to this statement as of now, how should the public and the media take these statements made by the chief of the Bihar RJD, Jagdanand Singh? Is it the party's viewpoint? Although you do tell us that he is now at maybe not so in with the party's leadership there. So are these his personal views?
That RJD has to decide. I think they should sack him, or if he is not sacked, then in that case, that would be a party's endorsement for such a statement, and that would be very unfortunate. And I'm sure, the people of Bihar and the country, they would be watching this, that you cannot just get away by making such kind of a shameful remark. That's for sure. Right. And I'm sure media would take up this issue because it's coming from the president of a party. It's not any fringe kind of a leader talking, right? So, and the party is in power. The deputy chief minister belongs to that party. So, I'm sure media should also take up cudgels, on this, and really, ask some kind of an apology from him for making such kind of a statement.
Right. Right. Many thanks, Manish ji, for joining us and for sharing your thoughts with us. So the Bihar RJD chief Jagdanand Singh makes a shocking comment, calls Ram Janambhoomi Nafrat ki Zameen, and says that the purpose of the Ram Mandir and building of the Ram Mandir, it's all vote bank politics. Does the RJD, that is, support their chief's statement? No reactions coming in yet, but of course this is news that's just breaking at this point. Shocking statements. We'll have to wait and watch what happens as far as his party is concerned. Is this his party's view that Ram Janambhoomi is Nafrat ki Zameen? Let's move on now to other breaking news stories. And on the Air India urination story, according to sources, Shankar Mishra was last seen with a relative in Bengaluru. Cops suspect that his kin may be sheltering him. Shankar has switched off his phone, and his phone has in fact been switched off since the 3rd of January. He has gone incommunicado. Shankar's last location was traced to Bengaluru, and Delhi cops who landed there on Friday are looking into this. Meanwhile, a lookout notice had been issued against him ever since that FIR was filed. It's been more than a month since the shocking incident, the outraging of the modesty of a 70-year-old woman. Shankar Mishra had actually urinated on her, and from all the events as they have come to light over these past few days, the passenger, the elderly lady, did not get any support from the Air India crew either. And even as investigations are on into the matter, Republic has been conducting a relentless campaign in order to ensure that such an incident does not happen again. Because 10 days after this particular incident, another similar incident was reported from a Paris-New Delhi flight. And now we are hearing that Shankar Mishra was last seen with a relative in Bengaluru. So clearly he was not available in Mumbai. He is nowhere to be found in Bengaluru either, but cops could be making some headway because, he was seen, it is being said. Meanwhile, he has reports suggest that he's already lost his job at Wells Fargo, where he had been working. Shankar Mishra was last seen with relatives. His father has been summoned. His father, who lives in Mumbai, has been summoned. And there was news circulating just a short while back that he did escape to Bengaluru, and now there is some proof that he was in Bengaluru with his family. And the entire shocking incident, even as details continue to emerge, has shocked the entire nation. And we are now joined by my colleague Prajwal on the phone line. Prajwal, what are the latest details about? We believe that Shankar Mishra was actually seen with his family with a relative in Bengaluru. What are police saying? What are the latest updates about his whereabouts?
Now we are getting more information stating that the Delhi police landed last evening at Bengaluru, and then they have collected information stating that Shankar Mishra has been traced somewhere in the Bengaluru South region, and he was last seen with a relative of his, and now in all possibility it may be his sister is what the cops suspect, because it was also understood that Shankar Mishra's sister was also present in Bengaluru as well. And after the termination, Shankar Mishra has switched off his mobile phone. He's entirely gone incommunicado. Only his social media profile was quite active. And therefore, the cops are also looking at his coordinates and geolocations, geotags as well, to see in which part of Bengaluru was he quite active in. And it is also being understood that one of Shankar Mishra's close friends is also being tracked down now, because every time that Shankar Mishra used to come or fly to the city, it is being understood that he was the one who used to host him regularly, and Shankar Mishra always used to stay at hotels, and he has no sort of permanent residence here in Bengaluru. So these are some of the facts that has been confirmed by sources to Republic who are in the know of the investigation, and it is being stated that in the next 3 to 4 hours, the Delhi police may have a breakthrough in this, and the team which has landed here in Bengaluru might go on and take the accused Shankar Mishra into custody here. As of now, his last known location was in Bengaluru South, according to the geo coordinates and the calls that was made from his cell phone. But it is also now being traced to as to who these calls were made in, because it is also being understood that the accused was constantly in touch with his lawyer as well. So all this is being taken into consideration now, and the cops are investigating in this case. And in the next 3 to 4 hours, it looks like that the Delhi cops are likely to have a breakthrough in this case.
Well, clearly Delhi police on the heels of Shankar Mishra, even as there are reports of his being sighted with his family. So, Prajwal, as far as other updates are concerned, Delhi police's strategy as of now, they are coordinating, and how big a team is it that's there in Bengaluru, and what are the moves that Bengaluru police have they been conducted? Is it a joint operation? Give us more updates. Are they fanning out across the city? Because well, in most probability, that's where Shankar Mishra is.
The procedure works in such a way that the DGP of the state will have to be informed. So obviously the top cop in the state, Praveen Sood, will have to be informed about the coming of the Delhi police here. And then they will also notify the local police stations where Shankar Mishra was last active in now. And we are getting to understand that some of the police stations in the vicinity of Whitefield have already been informed, as well as in the south region, mainly in JP Nagar and Jainagar too, have been informed in this. And the DCPs have also been given an information, because the Delhi police will also have to obtain a body warrant, because if you are supposed to take a person who is an accused in any case from one state to the other, you will have to obtain a body warrant too. So all the due procedures are being duly done by the Bengaluru police as well, and they are also assisting the Delhi police too. But as of now, the Bengaluru police are quite tight-lipped about this entire case, because they very clearly know that this is the case for the Delhi police too, and they're not giving out much information about this. But later in the day, in all likelihood, we are also expecting a press meet from the top cops in Bengaluru as well, regarding what happened and what is the progress as well too. But in all likelihood, it is a joint operation is what we get to know from the sources as well, as the local police are assisting the Delhi police to go around the city in search of the accused Shankar Mishra too. And the whereabouts of his sisters is also not known as of now, because it has been kept under the wraps by the police so that it will go on and alert them. But in all likelihood, it is being understood that the accused might have changed places and he might not be at his relatives' residence too. And the residence of his friend is deserted as of now.
Right, Prajwal, many thanks for joining us there. And it's still early and there's much that could happen today. As you suggested, a joint operation most likely, and Delhi cops in Bengaluru sighting of Shankar Mishra, the creep, the Air India creep who urinated on a fellow passenger in business class and got away with just a 30-day ban. Republic continues to campaign relentlessly so that justice is done in this matter. Time now for a short break, but coming up on the other side. A day after AAP and BJP councillors exchanged blows, BJP to protest at Rajghat today. In the Delhi hit-and-run horror, a man claiming to be Anjali's friend says Nidhi had asked for money from Anjali and both fought over it.
I'm Zeenat Zishan Fazil reporting from Srinagar, and this is The Republic.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Shankar Mishra, the accused in this particular cases. We are also getting to learn that just a few days ago, after the incident, Shankar Mishra, the accused, being identified as the Vice President of Wells Fargo. This is the Wells Fargo office where the accused, Shankar Mishra, works out from. And a few of the employees too, when we did speak to them off the record, they clearly stated that they know him, but they do not know, or they are not aware of whether he is here or not.
I'm ringing the bell. We'll try to check if he's there inside, if he responds to the question of Republic TV.
Mr. Mishra, if you can hear me, could you just respond? Are you apologetic? Are you sorry for the thing that happened on the Air India flight? Mr. Mishra, can you open the door and respond to the questions of Republic TV?
आपने ये बोला कि कर्नल बुल कुमार, उन्होंने मैप देखा, उन्होंने बोला ये तो गड़बड़ है। एज पर मैप भारत का एरिया, लेकिन वहां पे जाने की विदेशियों को, जर्मन्स को परमिशन दे रहा है पाकिस्तान।
क्योंकि since there were some people like us who were aware of what is Siachen Glacier, we knew what it is like. मैं बिला फोनला पहुंचा, पाकिस्तान का हेलीकॉप्टर मेरे ऊपर, तो उसने मुझे देखा, मैंने उसको देखा, उसने वहां से घुमा पीछे और वापस। They were shocked.
निधि 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 अरे सर निधि प्लीज आ जाओ। कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? निधि है घर में, निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे आप? कुछ भी बोलेंगे निधि? कुछ भी निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है, देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं निधि? निधि दौड़ रही है, निधि निधि निधि
Not only inside the house but also outside the house, the commotion is taking place. Now the BJP workers have gathered here. They are now saying that Aam Aadmi Party workers are not letting the nominated councillor member to take oath. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their leader, their members are not being allowed to take oath. So allegations versus counter allegation are taking place.
India is #1 manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. #1 also in tractors. #2 in buses. #3 in trucks. #4 in passenger vehicles. And very shortly we will be #3, overtaking Japan. Just wait for a couple of years.
I'm told that you've taken some 800 acres. You are investing some 20,000 or 18,000 crore rupees in a Haryana plant. So you're also preparing for the future. That shows your commitment.
The headlines at this hour: big impact of Republic campaign, accused Shankar Mishra's father summoned by Delhi police. Republic coverage ensures action. Air India pilots and crew asked to appear will be quizzed together. Demand grows for arrest of Shankar Mishra, the Air India creep who urinated on a fellow passenger.
जहाँ नफरत की जमीन पर राम के मंदिर का निर्माण हो रहा है,
and Bihar RJD chief makes a shocking comment on the Ayodhya Ram temple, says Ram Janambhoomi is nafrat ki zameen and the purpose of the temple is vote bank politics. And BJP to protest at Rajghat today after there is a major ruckus in the MCD just before the MCD oath taking and election to the position of mayor yesterday in the Civic House body. And a major twist in Delhi hit and run. Man claiming to be Anjali's friend said that the two friends had fought over money. And now major news that's breaking here regarding the SDPI. Republic has confronted the SDPI over the terror link note. While speaking to Republic, Afsar Kadipete, SDPI General Secretary Karnataka, has defended Zakir Naik now and the PFI and also blamed the Congress for the Bengaluru riots. So Republic confronts SDPI's General Secretary and General Secretary Afsar Kodlipete, and he has said, let's listen into that exclusive conversation that my colleague Prajwal had with Afsar Kodlipete, the SDPI General Secretary of the state of Karnataka.
We have the State General Secretary of the STPI, Mr. Afsar Kodlipete, with Republic. Let's go across and speak to him, as well as regarding the STPI's prospects in the upcoming elections in Karnataka. Mr. Kodlipete, first and foremost now, we get to understand that a magisterial inquiry has already been conducted and the Bengaluru Urban DC has gone on to submit a report. And in this particular report, it states that the SDPI members, the cadres and the leaders behaved like a gang of terrorists on the 11th of August in the year 2022 during the KG Halli and DJ Halli riots. What do you have to say in this regard?
इसमें ताज्जुब वाली कोई बात नहीं है। सबसे पहले तो ये मैजिस्ट्रेटियल इंक्वायरी की जो रिपोर्ट 3 साल बाद आने का मंशा क्या है, इसको हम क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं। मैजिस्ट्रेटियल इंक्वायरी रिपोर्ट आना चाहिए था विद इन ये 15 डेज या विद इन ये मंथ आना चाहिए था। 3 साल के बाद अब ये क्यों ला रहे हैं, ये हमारे लिए एक्सपेक्टेड है, ये कोई अनएक्सपेक्टेड चीज़ नहीं है। क्यों एक्सपेक्टेड है ये भी मैं बता देता हूँ। जब ये केजे हल्ली डीजे हल्ली का इंसिडेंट हुआ था, फर्स्ट डे ही हमने ये इंसिडेंट के बारे में एक इंडिपेंडेंट मैजिस्ट्रेटियल नहीं जुडिशियल इंक्वायरी को हमने डिमांड किया था। कर्नाटक के हाई कोर्ट के सिटिंग जज के मौजूदगी में इसको इंक्वायरी कराओ, लेकिन हुकूमत उसको कोई काम नहीं किया उसके ऊपर। क्यों नहीं की? क्योंकि जो सबसे पहले इंसिडेंट हुआ, कर्नाटक की सीसीबी पुलिस सिटी इन्वेस्टिगेशन ब्यूरो जो है सीसीबी पुलिस, सिटी क्राइम ब्यूरो इन्वेस्टिगेशन, इसको थरो इंक्वायरी करते हुए ये इंसिडेंट के पीछे कांग्रेस के एमएलए अखंड श्रीनिवास के राइवली जो थे, जो संपत राज एक्स मेयर, इनका कॉन्स्पिरेसी के जरिए से ये इंसिडेंट हुआ है। जो एमएलए के घर को अंगार दिया गया, इसके पीछे इनका हाथ है। क्लियर एंड फेयर इन्वेस्टिगेशन सीसीबी की थी, लेकिन इसके बावजूद एनआईए को इसमें लाने का मंशा क्या था कि इसमें पॉलिटिकल कॉन्स्पिरेसी किया जाए, एसडीपीआई को बिला वजह इसमें खींच कर लाया जाए। तो हमारे लिए ये मैजिस्ट्रेटियल इंक्वायरी कोई माने नहीं रखती, क्योंकि मैजिस्ट्रेटियल इंक्वायरी जो है अंडर द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के सुपरविजन, होम मिनिस्ट्री के सुपरविजन में हुआ है। तो कैसे वो पुलिस के खिलाफ रिपोर्ट देगी? 4 गोलीबार होकर 4 मासूमों की मौत हुई और ये मैजिस्ट्रेटियल इंक्वायरी में कोई एक पुलिस ऑफिशियल को कसूरवार नहीं ठहराए थे, तो कैसे हो जाएगा ये?
After the ban of the radical outfit PFI, how has been the response to the SDPI? Because it is a general notion and everybody knows that SDPI is an offshoot of the PFI. What do you have to say in this regard now?
देखिए, पॉपुलर फ्रंट ऑफ इंडिया और एसडीपीआई का कोई ताल्लुकात नहीं है, ये मैं नहीं बोल रहा। चीफ इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया वाजे कर दिए हैं मीडिया में आकर, एसडीपीआई और पीएफआई के बीच में कोई लिंक नहीं है। और एसडीपीआई की बात जहां तक है, देखिए 13 साल में हम पार्टी ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं स्टेट में, लेकिन ये लास्ट 3 या 4 मंथ से जो पार्टी का ग्रोथ हुआ, ये 13 साल में हमें कभी देखने के लिए नहीं मिला। आपको मालूम होना चाहिए, कर्नाटक में एसडीपीआई का जो स्टार्टिंग का दौर था, लास्ट 5 ईयर्स हमारे 65 ग्राम पंचायत मेंबर जीते थे। आज की डेट में 282 ग्राम पंचायत मेंबर हमारे जीते हैं। सिर्फ 5 साल में हमारा 200-300% इलेक्शन में हमारा ग्रोथ हुआ। और कर्नाटक में आउट ऑफ 31 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स, 29 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में हमारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट के कमिटीज हैं, हमारा कैडर बेस्ड सिस्टम है। लास्ट 1 ईयर हमारा सिर्फ 17 और 18 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में था। ये विद इन 1 आवर हमारा 27 डिस्ट्रिक्ट को कैसे पहुंच गया? इसका मतलब यह है पार्टी ग्रोथ हो रही है। और पार्टी ग्रोथ होने का मकसद मतलब यह है, ये एसडीपीआई की जो आइडियोलॉजी है, फ्रीडम फ्रॉम फियर, फ्रीडम फ्रॉम हंगर, ये जो बाबा साहेब अंबेडकर के जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल में बताया गया, सबको बराबरी का जो मुल्क बनाना, ये आइडियोलॉजी को लोग एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं।
How many people are contesting from the SDPI and from how many seats are you contesting? Which are the regions that you are mainly focusing on now? Are you focusing on one particular district? Because you state that you have already gained a foothold, say in Mysuru, in Dakshina Kannada, in Hassan and other regions in the old Mysuru region and coastal Karnataka too. So are you focusing only on these regions for now, or is it all round, all over Karnataka? Will you go ahead and field your contestants from?
नहीं, हमारा ऑल ओवर कर्नाटका, कल्याण कर्नाटक और कोस्टल कर्नाटक और ओल्ड रीजन, ओल्ड मैसूर रीजन, ये तीनों रीजन में भी हमारे ऑलमोस्ट 100 कैंडिडेट्स को फील्ड करने का हमने फैसला लिया है। बहुत जल्द ही इंशाअल्लाह कल 7 तारीख को हमारे नेशनल प्रेसिडेंट की मौजूदगी में हम फर्स्ट लिस्ट ऐलान करने वाले हैं। तो फर्स्ट लिस्ट में हमारे हर एक इलाके के भी हम इंक्लूड किए हैं, कल्याण कर्नाटक, ओल्ड मैसूर और कोस्टल कर्नाटक को भी हमें इन्वॉल्व कर नो एंटायर स्टेट को हम फोकस कर रहे हैं। लेकिन फर्स्ट लिस्ट में ये तीनों रीजन में हमारा फर्स्ट लिस्ट हमें रिलीज करने वाले हैं। और बहुत शॉर्ट ही, ये जनवरी लास्ट वीक में ही हमारी सेकेंड लिस्ट भी ऐलान हो जाएगी, उसमें ऑल ओवर कर्नाटक का रिप्रेजेंटेशन भी रहेगा। हमारा एसडीपीआई का इलेक्शन की स्ट्रैटेजी ये है कि हम कोई पैसों के बिना पर, कोई जात के बिना पर इलेक्शन में लड़ने के लिए नहीं जाते। और सिर्फ इलेक्शन जब आता है तब इलेक्शन में नहीं जाते। साल के 365 दिन भी हम लोगों के मसले मसाइल में, इश्यूज में हम इन्वॉल्व रहते हैं। जहां हमारा कैडर बेस है, जहां हम बहुत मजबूती के साथ हमारा कैडर बेस रहेगा, वहीं पर हमें कैंडिडेट फील्ड करेंगे। आउट ऑफ 224 असेंबली कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में हम 100 कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में इसलिए फाइल कर रहे हैं कि हमारी खुद की ताकत के बलबूते पर हम इलेक्शन फील्ड करने वाले हैं।
Well, some international news now. Days after dislocating the Palestinians from the West Bank, Israel's new security cabinet has approved a series of punitive steps against the Palestinian leadership. Here's a full report. Take a look.
In some of its first acts since coming to power, Israel's new security cabinet approved a series of punitive steps against the Palestinian leadership. According to a statement from Netanyahu's office, the move is in retaliation for Palestinians pushing the UN's highest judicial body to give its opinion on the Israeli occupation. It comes a week after the United Nations General Assembly passed a resolution requesting the International Court of Justice to intervene and render an opinion on the legality of Israeli policies. Israel, on the other hand, described the Palestinian Authority's request to the UN as a decision to wage political and legal war against the State of Israel. With imposing new measures of cracking down, the tension between the two is only intensified. As over a year ago, Israel designated 6 major Palestinian rights watchdogs as terrorist organizations. The Palestinian groups rejected the allegations and the move drew widespread international condemnation. Agency Report, Republic TV.
And time now for a short break, but on the other side, after Republic's relentless campaign, call for arrest of culprit Shankar Mishra in the Air India P-Gate case intensifies. And also coming up in other news that we are tracking, the BJP is all set to protest at Rajghat today after the ruckus that it claims Aam Aadmi Party councillors indulged in the house yesterday.
I am Aneri Shah reporting from Hyderabad, and this is Republic.
आपने ये बोला कि कर्नल बुल कुमार, उन्होंने मैप देखा, उन्होंने बोला ये तो गड़बड़ है। एज पर मैप भारत का एरिया, लेकिन वहां पे जाने की विदेशियों को, जर्मन्स को परमिशन दे रहा है पाकिस्तान।
क्योंकि since there were some people like us who were aware of what is Siachen Glacier, we knew what it is like. मैं बिला फॉन्डला पहुंचा, पाकिस्तान का हेलीकॉप्टर मेरे ऊपर, तो उसने मुझे देखा, मैंने उसको देखा, उसने वहां से घुमा पीछे और वापस। They were shocked.
निधि 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 अरे सर निधि प्लीज आ जाओ। कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि है घर में, निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? आप कुछ भी बोलेंगे? निधि कुछ भी निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है, देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं? निधि निधि दौड़ रही है, निधि निधि निधि
Not only inside the house but also outside the house, the commotion is taking place. Now the BJP workers have gathered here. They are now saying that Aam Aadmi Party workers are not letting the nominated councillor member to take oath. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their leader, their members are not being allowed to take oath. So allegations versus counter allegation are taking place.
India is #1 manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. #1 also in tractors. #2 in buses. #3 in trucks. #4 in passenger vehicles. And very shortly we will be #3, overtaking Japan. Just wait for a couple of years.
I'm told that you've taken some 800 acres. You are investing some 20,000 or 18,000 crore rupees in a Haryana plant. So you're also preparing for the future. That shows your commitment.
Its capacity is 1 million cars annually. So this is going to be
one of the largest in the world.
Not one of the largest. It is the largest.
Republic 45.7%. Republic TV has 331% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment.
निधि 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 कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि है घर में, निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? आप कुछ भी बोलेंगे? निधि कुछ भी निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है, देखिए
And we have for you more breaking news coming in now. Bihar Deputy CM Tejasvi Yadav has commented on the caste-based survey which begins in Bihar from today. Tejasvi Yadav has stated that it will give them scientific data so that a budget and social welfare schemes can be made accordingly. He has attacked the BJP, calling it an anti-poor party. So Tejasvi hailing the caste-based census, the caste-based survey which begins in the state from today. We're talking here about the caste-based census that has been a long-standing demand of the RJD. Now Tejasvi Yadav, Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar, has hailed the survey. Let's listen in to what exactly the Deputy Chief Minister of the state had to say on this matter.
ये ऐतिहासिक काम की शुरुआत आज होने जा रही है और आप लोग तो जान ही रहे, इसका निर्णय जो है बहुत पहले हो गया था और हम लोगों का, आदरणीय लालू जी का, ये पहले से ही मांग रहा है, जिसको लेकर के हम लोग सड़क पर भी उतरे थे। और लालू जी के रहते हुए यूपीए की सरकार ने, मनमोहन जी की सरकार ने ये कराया भी था। कास्ट बेस सर्वे जो सेंसस जो है वो कराया गया था, उसमें सारी चीज़ें थी, लेकिन बाद में भाजपा के लोगों ने इसको डेटा को करप्ट बता दिया। उसके बाद से हम लोग, आप लोगों ने देखा होगा विधानसभा में भी, जब हम नेता विरोधी दल थे तो हमने प्रस्ताव रखा था, प्रधानमंत्री जी से भी मिलके आए थे। उस समय माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी का भी हम लोगों को सहयोग मिला और हम लोग सब लोग मिल करके आए और भारत सरकार से मांग कर रहे थे कि पूरे देश में जो है ये होना चाहिए। तो आप जान ही रहे हैं, भाजपा जो है गरीब विरोधी है। ये लोग नहीं चाहते थे कि जाति जनगणना जो है वो हो। पूरी कोशिश इन लोगों ने की कि किसी भी प्रकार से जो सही आंकड़े हैं लोगों के पास पेश ना हो सके।
Senior Editor, Special Projects, joining us now on this statement. Prakash, a short while back I had spoken to you about how the RJD chief Jagdanand Singh had slammed Ram Janambhoomi as nafrat ki zameen, saying that it's all about vote bank politics. Now we have the Deputy Chief Minister of the state, a senior RJD leader, Lalu Prasad Yadav's son, Tejasvi Yadav, hailing a caste-based census. But first of all, before we go into, what these statements mean from the RJD, I'd like you to tell me about more about the caste-based survey, census survey that begins today. What are the details you have?
Well, it's a political blank in the run-up to the 2024 elections, keeping in mind the fact that the RJD and the JDU is on a weak wicket as far as the context of Lok Sabha elections are concerned. And that is why Nitish Kumar, in order to revisit Mandal Part 2 and consolidate and galvanize the backward votes, a caste-based census has been started, and was a proposal to this effect was mooted, and they met the Prime Minister also, and this was one of the reasons that they both tied up. Now, it remains to be seen as to what kind of advantage it will give politically to the RJD and the JDU combined. Yes, as a matter of fact, they want to wake up this issue and say that the backward community will benefit from this caste-based census, as they will get various data determining the factors that what is their economic status, social status, and based on that, programs and policies for the upliftment of the backward community would be charted out. And the BJP had also mooted to this proposal, but this they had said that in this era of modernization and development, when the entire country was moving ahead, why are we counting the castes? So caste is, all in the politics is all about caste configuration, and and Nitish Kumar and Lalu Yadav both fully understands the importance of it, and they want, in order to revisit Mandal Part 2, because the BJP has been galvanizing the Hindutva forces and the plank of development, and in order to counter that, they have charted the route of caste-based census. How much resonance it will have, and or rather impact it will have among the backward forces, it remains to be seen. But for now, the caste-based census is being started from today, which is which will be a great development as far as the backward communities are concerned, because in this area of Bihar, the backward community holds the most significant importance as far as elections are concerned.
Well, many thanks, Prakash, for joining us there and for putting that statement of the Bihar Deputy Chief Minister into perspective, even as a caste-based census survey begins in Bihar. We have the Deputy Chief Minister of the state, Tejasvi Yadav, who is the son of Lalu Prasad Yadav of the RJD, clearly stating that this will help us to form a budget and to ensure that there is social justice. That is one of the statements that he's come up with. We'll try and get in more reactions as the day goes on. Many developments expected on that front. And it's time now for a short break. On the other side, a day after Aam Aadmi Party and BJP councillors exchange blows, BJP to protest at Rajghat today.
I'm Amandeep Dixit reporting from Chandigarh, and this is Republic.
Not only inside the house but also outside the house, the commotion is taking place. Now the BJP workers have gathered here. They are now saying that Aam Aadmi Party workers are not letting the nominated councillor member to take oath. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their leader, their members are not being allowed to take oath. So allegations versus counter allegation are taking place.
India is number one manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. Number one also in tractors. Number two in buses. Number three in trucks. Number four in passenger vehicles. And very shortly we will be number three, overtaking Japan. Just wait for a couple of years.
I've told that you've taken some 800 acres, you are investing some 20,000 or 18,000 crore rupees in a Haryana plant. So you're also preparing for the future. That shows your commitment.
Its capacity is 1 million cars annually. So this is going to be
one of the largest in the world.
Not one of the largest. It is the largest.
Republic 45.7%. Republic TV has 331% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment.
निधि 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 कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि है घर में। निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? आप कुछ भी बोलेंगे? निधि निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। निधि देखिए निधि कुछ कहना है। निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए
Shankar Shekhar Mishra, the accused in this particular cases. We are also getting to learn that just a few days ago, after the incident, Shankar Mishra, the accused, being identified as the Vice President of Wells Fargo. This is the Wells Fargo office where the accused, Shankar Mishra, works out from. And a few of the employees too, when we did speak to them off the record, they clearly stated that they know him, but they do not know, or they are not aware of whether he is here or not.
I'm ringing the bell. We'll try to check if he's there inside, if he responds to the question of Republic TV.
Mr. Mishra, if you can hear me, could you just respond? Are you apologetic? Are you sorry for the thing that happened on the Air India flight? Mr. Mishra, can you open the door and respond to the questions of Republic TV?
I'm Amandeep Dixit reporting from Chandigarh, and this is Republic.
And in other top stories that we're tracking, as Air India creep Shankar Mishra continues to abscond and is untraceable, Delhi police will now move court against him. Police to seek a non-bailable warrant against Shankar Mishra now. According to police sources, Air India creep Shankar Mishra was last seen in Bengaluru with his family. Police trying to track Shankar Mishra, whose phone is switched off since the 3rd of January. As Joshimath continues to reel under massive landslides, Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami is all set to visit the landslide affected areas today to review the situation and meet the families of those affected. In a mega crackdown on terrorism, Union government declares People's Anti-Fascist Front, a proxy organization of terror group Joshimath, under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. We now slip into another very short break, but telling you up ahead how Republic coverage has ensured action and more action as Air India pilots and crew are now asked to appear and will be quizzed together.
Salwar Suri reporting in Mumbai, and this is Republic.
Republic 45.7%. Republic TV has 331% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment.
निधि 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 कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि है घर में। निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? आप कुछ भी बोलेंगे? निधि कुछ निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। निधि देखिए निधि कुछ कहना है। निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए
Shankar Mishra, the accused in this particular cases. We are also getting to learn that just a few days ago, after the incident, Shankar Mishra, the accused, being identified as the Vice President of Wells Fargo. This is the Wells Fargo office where the accused, Shankar Mishra, works out from. And a few of the employees too, when we did speak to them off the record, they clearly stated that they know him, but they do not know or they are not aware of whether he is here or not.
I'm ringing the bell. We'll try to check if he's there inside, if he responds to the question of Republic TV.
Mr. Mishra, if you can hear me, could you just respond? Are you apologetic? Are you sorry for the thing that happened on the Air India flight? Mr. Mishra, can you open the door and respond to the questions of Republic TV?
आपने ये बोला कि कर्नल बुल कुमार, उन्होंने मैप देखा, उन्होंने बोला ये तो गड़बड़ है। एज पर मैप भारत का एरिया, लेकिन वहां पे जाने की विदेशियों को, जर्मन्स को परमिशन दे रहा है पाकिस्तान।
क्योंकि since there were some people like us who were aware of what is Siachen Glacier, we knew what it is like. मैं बिला फंडला पहुंचा, पाकिस्तान का हेलीकॉप्टर मेरे ऊपर, तो उसने मुझे देखा, मैंने उसको देखा, उसने वहां से घुमा पीछे और वापस। They were shocked.
निधि 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 अरे सर निधि प्लीज आ जाओ। कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि है घर में। निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? आप कुछ भी बोलेंगे? निधि कुछ भी निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। निधि दौड़ रही है। निधि
Not only inside the house but also outside the house, the commotion is taking place. Now the BJP workers have gathered here. They are now saying that Aam Aadmi Party workers are not letting the nominated councillor member to take oath. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their leader, their members are not being allowed to take.
India is #1 manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. Number 1 also in tractors. Number 2 in buses. Number 3 in trucks. Number 4 in passenger vehicles. And very shortly we will be number 3, overtaking Japan. Just wait for a couple of years.
I'm told that you've taken some 800 acres, you are investing some 20,000 or 18,000 crore rupees in a Haryana plant. So you're also preparing for the future. That shows your commitment.
Its capacity is 1 million cars annually. So this is going to be
one of the largest in the world.
Not one of the largest. It is the largest.
The headlines at 10 a.m. This Saturday, big impact of Republic campaign. Accused Shankar Mishra's father now summoned by Delhi police. Republic coverage ensures action. Air India pilots and crew asked to appear will be quizzed together. Demand grows for the arrest of Shankar Mishra as he remains untraceable and absconding. And breaking news coming in now on the Air India P-Gate case. Creep Shankar Mishra has been arrested. That's what Delhi police are telling us. That's the breaking news coming in at this hour after a summons is issued not just for his father who lives in Mumbai, but for his sister as well. Shankar Mishra was just a short while back, as we had reported, he was seen in Bengaluru, in fact. And now we are hearing that he has been arrested. We'll try and get my colleague Prajwal, who's been covering the story on the ground. But now the news is that Shankar Mishra has been arrested in Bengaluru. If I'm not wrong, Delhi police had arrived in Bengaluru yesterday itself in order to conduct their searches. He had been untraceable and was absconding. A lookout notice had in fact been issued against him. His phone had gone out of reach, had been shut off since the 3rd of January. So it's a mega Republic impact. Republic has been conducting a relentless campaign for justice, for some closure in this particular case, where in-flight pervert Shankar Mishra, who got off scot-free with just a 30-day ban after shamelessly urinating on an elderly lady, a co-passenger in a flight from New York to Delhi. And we are trying to get our reporter on the story in a bit. Joining us is Harsha. Harsha, well, Republic's relentless campaign seems to have borne fruit. Delhi police now reporting, if I'm not wrong, that Shankar Mishra has been taken into custody. This after, after that summons that was issued for his sister as well. But give us the latest updates. What are you hearing from your sources in Delhi police? What are they saying about how this came about? After Republic's relentless campaign, Shankar Mishra, the creep on the Air India flight from New York to Delhi, who had urinated on an elderly lady in business class during the flight and had got off with a 30-day ban, with just a 30-day ban, has now been taken into custody. We go back once again to my colleague Harsha, who's joining us. Harsha, if you could tell us now about how this came about, Republic carrying out this relentless campaign so that, the culprits, the main culprits are brought to book in this, that Shankar Mishra does not get off with just a 30-day ban. We are hearing now that the cops in Bengaluru have been able to trace him and capture him. What are the details that you can give us?
Exactly. Now we are learning that the cops, the Delhi cops who were the two teams were there in Mumbai and Bangalore. The cops in Bangalore have arrested accused Shankar Mishra from Bangalore, and in fact they have brought him to Delhi. So now we can say that the accused Shankar Mishra has landed in Delhi, and sooner he will be brought to this very police station, IGI police station, where exactly the interrogation and the questioning with accused Shankar Mishra will be done. We are getting the exclusive information through police sources that last night only Shankar Mishra was arrested in Bangalore, and now he is in Delhi. Delhi police have already brought him to Delhi, and now sooner he will be produced and he will be interrogated here in IGI police station. So there were two teams who were constituted by Delhi police official. One was in Mumbai and one was in Bangalore. We have already got to know through Prajwal, our colleague reporter, that he was seen in Bangalore, and there were close relatives of Shankar Mishra with whom he was staying. We already know that the sister of Shankar Mishra is in Bangalore, and the sister was interrogated by Delhi police officials last morning only. We can say that yesterday morning she was interrogated by Delhi police officials, and now from Bangalore only Delhi police official has caught the culprit, caught the accused Shankar Mishra, and right now he has been brought to Delhi. They have landed in Delhi. Delhi police official with accused Shankar Mishra. So have to wait and watch that when exactly he will be brought to this very police station, because this is a police station, IGI police station, DCP office, where he will be interrogated, and investigation in the entire matter will be done, because today itself the entire crew of the Air India is also coming for the interrogation which will be done with them. So we can say that this is a big success for Delhi cops official. They were on the search for this accused from so many days. There were two teams, and finally they have nabbed the accused who was continuously changing his location and who was on the run. He fled away, and lookout circular was also issued for this accused, and finally Delhi police official has nabbed him and they have brought him to Delhi. So finally the further process after the investigation and interrogation, what will happen, and the police will give a press release or they will speak to media. We have to wait and watch for it. Back to you.
Well, Harsha, standing outside there, my colleague Harsha, outside the IGI police station where Shankar Mishra will be brought from Bengaluru, where he had run to. He had run to Bengaluru after a lookout notice had to be launched against him, and now Delhi police are bringing him back. They've arrested him in Bengaluru, and he is being brought back. In a short while from now, we'll also be connecting with Harsha once again. Harsha, when we talk about the Air India crew, when are they expected? Because they too cannot be allowed to go scot-free. They are equally responsible for the ill treatment of an elderly lady in a flight where, she's urinated upon. They did not come to her help at all. And even now, the statements that we're hearing that they gave the police, clearly, they need to take responsibility.
Exactly, Rukma. What we are learning is that the Air India entire crew, along with captain, along with the co-pilot and the four other crew members, will come here at the IGI police station where the interrogation will be on. The timing for the summon which was issued, the notice which was given to this entire Air India crew was at around 10:30 a.m. So we are expecting them to reach here exactly between 10:30 to 11 a.m. because the story should not change. Because day before yesterday we saw there were 4 staff of Air India who came here late in the evening at around 7 a.m. They were questioned for more than 2 hours. But today, all of the crew member and the staff has been called together so that the story of none of them would change, and everyone's story should be same exactly what they did, what happened in the flight, how they ensured the safety and comfort of women, because it is very clear from the complaint of that victim that her safety and comfort was not ensured. She was not helped by the senior attendants and the flight operator as well, and her modesty was outraged, and none of the crew member or the senior flight attendant looked into it. So these will be the entire thing which will be a part of interrogation, while the entire crew member will be interrogated, because now we are learning that DGCA has already sought fact-finding report from Air India, and another way there's an internal inquiry which has been also set up by the CEO of Air India, Campbell Wilson, where he is having one-on-one interrogation and one-on-one questioning with the crew member, the pilot and co-pilot, pilot and the crew members of Air India. So this is a very serious thing which we are looking into, because right now what the lady has said is very serious allegations against the airline staff, and DGCA and the Civil Aviation Minister, they have clearly said the procedure and the provisions of the airlines were not met, and the entire airline image has been tarnished by the crew members. There are some act and there are some regulations which were to be followed regarding unruly passenger, which was not done in this entire case. So this will be the part of interrogation which will be done, because the first line of interrogation is with the crew member and the staff of Air India. Then afterwards, because now the arrest of the accused have been done, police will also call the eyewitness and the co-passenger who exactly was present near the fellow victim for the entire thing what happened in the airlines, and further the course of action will be decided by the Delhi police officials. Rukma, back to you.
And Harsha, well, even as we talk about how the Air India crew were equally responsible, they must face the law, they must face the punishment. We are hearing from our reporter that in Bengaluru that after Republic's non-stop campaign, now swift action by cops from Delhi, at least Air India creep Shankar Mishra has been taken into custody. He is on his way here to New Delhi. That's the IJI airport outside which my colleague Harsha is standing. That's where he will be brought, as will the crew of the Air India flight where this outrageous incident took place. Harsha, if breaking news coming in now again, Mishra is being brought to Delhi. And when we talk about the Air India crew, well, their callous statements, not just to the police, their unsympathetic attitude towards an elderly lady, not just, total callousness and disregard for her security, for her safety, during the flight and even after, Harsha, we believe they made that victim's number public. They gave it to Shankar Mishra so that, he could communicate with her. Shankar Mishra responds, we hear, by cleaning and dry cleaning her bag and shoes and then returning and then, saying that I paid for it. Well, clearly there needs to be more in terms of punishment and compensation.
Exactly. So the punishment
Harsha,
was
we're
given
getting
to
this
Shankar
breaking
Mishra
news
was
that
just
according to Delhi police, well, we'll go back to that, but according to Delhi police, there's this breaking news coming in, Harsha. According to Delhi police, Shankar Mishra was arrested last night and he is already been brought to Delhi. He will be presented before the court today. Harsha, what are you hearing from your sources? Can you confirm this?
Exactly. So, Rukma, we have got through our sources that the accused have already been brought to Delhi late night only, and today he will be produced in court, because for any sort of investigation and interrogation, Delhi police needs his custody, his official custody, police custody, which will be given through court. So we are expecting that any time in the afternoon after 11 or 12 o'clock, we are expecting that the Delhi police will move towards Patiala House Court and will seek in the court of Dharmesh, will seek a police custody of this accused Shankar Mishra for the further interrogation, because at least police is at least what we are learning from the sources want 3 to 5 days police custody of this accused Shankar Mishra, what we are learning. So we are expecting that any time like between 11 to 12 o'clock he could be produced in Patiala House Court, because he is already in Delhi. He has been already brought to national capital, but right now we don't know whether he is kept in this very police station from where I am reporting, or for the sake of keeping it a secret or directly producing him to the court, he has been kept to some other location. The location exactly where Delhi police officials have kept the accused, we are not aware about it, but yes, we are aware about it. What we have been told by Delhi police cops, that they have brought the accused to Delhi. So let's wait what will be the court procedure, because for any sort of interrogation and investigation, a proper court procedure has to be followed. A police custody will be what Delhi police Delhi police will seek in this entire matter. And Rukma, when we talk about the Air India crew, there are some serious allegations against the group captain. If you go through the DGCA letter which was given yesterday, DGCA in its notice clearly stated that it is the responsibility of the group captain who's taking the airlines and cargo. It is his duty to ensure the safety and comfort of the passengers whom he is taking. So in this entire case, the safety and comfort was not ensured. The Airlines Act was not followed. In fact, it was not informed to the management and the senior authorities and the aviation authorities itself. By the crew members, they were trying to hide something. They were trying to cover up and suppress this issue. So DGCA is also not going to leave the crew members and the Air India staff so easily. Some strict action is what everyone is seeking against this Air India crew and staff member. The DGCA has also asked report from Air India, and Air India internal inquiry is also being happening, so that what action has to be taken against this Air India crew should be seen. Because what we have learned from our sources, that some crew members who came here for recording their statement have clearly stated that they did their job. The crew member, the air hostess, said that it was not her job to clean the urine, but still she cleaned the dirty clothes of the lady. She cleaned the seat on which the fellow victim was sitting, and in fact she cleaned the floor. That was only her job.
Harsha, we'll be coming back to you. And the atrocious statements being made. Meanwhile, as your sources have told you, Shankar Mishra brought to New Delhi last night itself. Perhaps he's there, the police very tight-lipped about it, as Prajwal has said. Prajwal joining us now from Bengaluru. Prajwal, well, the police, as you had said earlier, very tight-lipped about the entire operation. They were not letting any details out. Now we are hearing that Shankar Mishra was taken into custody yesterday itself. Perhaps that was an impact of the summons that was sent to his sister and to his mother. We do not know, but we'd like you to tell us now what you're hearing from your sources. Well, it is definitely a major outcome of our campaign that Shankar Mishra is to be produced in court today.
Rukman, Republic had been tracking this brief Shankar Mishra as well. And now sources in the know of the investigation have clearly gone on to state that this was mainly a covert operation which was conducted by the Delhi police too. And even though they had gone on to seek a body warrant, they had not given any more details or additional details to the Bengaluru police. And this has happened in the wee hours of the morning. And he's also been immediately taken to the airport, and then he has been brought back to Delhi is what we get to understand. Now, senior cops in the police department in Bengaluru as well as in Karnataka are still remain tight-lipped about the location of the arrest where this was made. But in all possibilities, it is now being zeroed in on to the residence of where his sister was, and it is being understood that the accused was with his sister here. And more of now, what is very key over here is the fact that the Bengaluru police are still stating that they are not aware of this particular arrest. So there has been no sort of official statement that is coming either from the Bengaluru police or even the ADGP or DIG for that matter. So we will have to shortly speak to them as well. And even as we are speaking now, the cops are holding a meeting and trying to find out more details as to where exactly was the accused picked up in Bengaluru, and what was the time of this arrest which was made, and how has he been taken to the airport without much, without any sort of detection as well. But this has been solely an operation by the Delhi police over here. They had informed the Bengaluru police, but there was no other police personnel here from Bengaluru who had gone along with them, and therefore this has been done by the Delhi police. It is also being understood that the Delhi police were in Mafti, and they have already used only local vehicles out here in Karnataka, so that there would be no sort of, they would not raise anybody's suspicions in this regard. So these are the latest, developments that is coming in from the detention of Shankar Mishra as of now. But all said and done, he's no more here in Bengaluru, and he's already been taken to Delhi. Over to you in the studios.
Right, Prajwal. So swift action there by Delhi police. It was a swift and covert operation, as Prajwal just told us. He's, of course, trying to get in more details about, the role that was played by local authorities and the kind of steps that were taken in order, at what time exactly did Shankar Mishra board that flight for Delhi with Delhi police. But full credit here, Delhi police's swift and covert operation, they're bearing fruit. And Prajwal, well, we were also talking about that summons that has been issued to his sister. Are you getting any reactions on that?
On that, we get to understand that once the Delhi police issued a lookout notice, their counterparts in Karnataka and mainly in Bengaluru were alerted as well, because the sister of Shankar Mishra is based out of Bengaluru, and her location was mainly tracked by the by the Karnataka cops, and then the information was handed over to the Delhi cops. This is the role that has been established so far as to what the police, the Bengaluru police, have mainly done over here. But apart from that, there has been no sort of information whether whether his sister came out in public or not. But last seen, Shankar Mishra was last seen with his kin, and in all likelihood, it is being stated that it was his sister who he was seen along with her. But apart from that, there has been no sort of information, because the Bengaluru police strictly have maintained so far that they do not want to speak about something which they do not know, and they have not answered about this. No matter queries have gone unanswered with the police too, and they have remained tight-lipped, and therefore this has remained a covert operation, and the Delhi cops have been able to successfully go on and nab the accused in this particular case out here, Rukma.
Right, Prajwal, well, stay with us. We also have with us Harsha Chandwani from New Delhi, from outside the IGI police station. Harsha, we are expecting any moment now that Shankar Mishra will be brought out and taken to the court, because the news is that he will be produced in court today. Also, that crew members of that particular flight from New York to Delhi, the pilot in fact, well, we are expecting strict penal action for them as well. Can they escape by saying that it was not their work to clean the urine, yet they did this kind of callous attitude? Are not they responsible for the safety and security of the passengers on board as well? Clearly, there has to be more accountability. In fact, we also heard that they had pressurized the victim to meet with the perpetrator after the flight, that her phone number was made public to the perpetrator so that he could communicate with her, that she has not received the kind of compensation that an incident of this kind gives her the right to demand. And has the airline made any offer in this regard?
See, Rukma, this was entirely the responsibility of the crew to ensure that the safety of the women should be seeked into, and it should be complied with, because it is at the end, when we travel through airlines, it is the responsibility. We hand over the responsibility of our safety to the cabin crew and to the flight attendants who are treating us. But in this entire case, the punishment is not enough. And with the words with which the CMD CEO of Air India, Campbell Wilson, has itself said in a statement that the entire provisions and procedure of the airlines were not met by the Air India crew members. So it is as certain that some stricter action will be taken against the Air India crew member for sure in the coming days. What we're expecting, because the ban on the accused is not enough. Just a 30-day ban. This is not the justice which that fellow victim actually deserved. And not only this, the Air India crew member in that entire.
Harsha, I'm very sorry I have to interrupt you, but we have Advaita Kala, activist, on the phone line. Advaita, when we talk about, the kind of callousness that we see on the part of the Air India crew, that is even more shocking, because that lady, that elderly lady, was totally at their mercy. They refused to give her an extra seat. They pressurized her not to lodge a police complaint. That's what we hear. They pressurized her to meet the perpetrator who humiliated her in this way, who outraged her modesty in this way after the flight, despite her many refusals. Whose side were they on? Please share your thoughts, what you feel, even though we're getting the news here now that Shankar Mishra has been taken into custody. He will be produced in court today.
Yes, absolutely. I've said this earlier as well. It was completely messed up right from the word go. First of all, I mean, you have a victim of a sexual crime on a plane. This is a long flight. I've taken this flight many times. It takes 16 hours. So unlike in normal situations on the ground, you can be removed or isolated from the perpetrator. In this case, she was trapped in that situation, in that metal tube for 16 hours with this man. And that is absolutely unforgivable. Why was he not kicked out of the business cabin? Why was he not isolated and sent to the rear of the plane so that there was physical distance between the victim and the perpetrator? They never did that. I cannot imagine the trauma that she experienced having to be in that same space with this man. And to compound that trauma, they actually make him confront her and sit across from her. In which textbook is this said that this is what needs to be done? Here is a woman who is 70 years old. She's a senior citizen. You are subjecting her to this kind of trauma, 35,000 feet in the air, mid-flight, for hours on end. It's absolutely unforgivable.
Many thanks, Advaita, for speaking with us. We also have with us Dr. Sanat Kaul, Chairman, International Foundation for Aviation. Dr. Kaul, your reactions. Shankar Mishra has been arrested now, but we'd like to understand from you, what are the lengths to which, penal action can be taken, against Shankar Mishra himself and against the Air India crew who were present on that flight, their unsympathetic attitude. The entire country knows that. Is this what, flight attendants are for? Is this what the pilot and the commander of an aircraft that's carrying passengers who have paid huge sums of money, who have placed themselves at their entire, safety and security at the mercy of, is this how you should behave? What are the international laws? What kind of compensation can the victim expect in this regard? It's over to you to tell us.
The National Civil Aviation Organization has produced documents on this, and so has IATA. And the basic issue is that that the person has been arrested under I presume, under penal code, because the jurisdiction of the plane, Indian registered plane, wherever it was, on high seas or wherever, when he did this, was still Indian. So it's a very good thing that it has been done. As far as the crew is concerned, the crew has not done its work. But the main thing is, why did they allow people to drink so much? I've had experience on Air India in 2004 when one person was misbehaving. They stopped giving him any more alcohol, and then they got all the passengers in that cabin to sign a document which they had produced that he was inebriated and he cannot be given any more alcohol. Everybody agreed and signed it. So these are issues which there is a default by the crew who did not, apart from the fact what happened subsequently and they didn't do anything, even before that, they allowed the person to have as much alcohol as he wanted because it is free. That is not the issue. Issue is that there is safety involved in this. This is a safety issue. He could have done something worse. He could have hit the window with something and broken the window. So these are issues where alcohol is not an issue because it is served free, that they can drink as much as they want. The crew should have stopped him from drinking to begin with. After that, it's all known what they did and what they didn't do, and they tried to compromise, which is totally wrong. The commander should have also informed the tower and his own office that what is happening inside the cabin. That's all I want to say. Thank you. Hello.
Many thanks, Dr. Kaul, for speaking with Republic and for sharing your thoughts with us. And joining me now is my colleague Samiksha. Samiksha, it's over to you for the rest of the news. A very good morning.
Right, Rukma, thank you for that. But those are the details that are just coming in. Accused Shankar Mishra, who's finally been arrested. Latest, what we're given to understand that he will be produced before the Patiala court in just a while from now. We'll go across to Prajwal and Harsha as well, who are getting us those details. But the latest, what we're given to understand is that Shankar Mishra will be produced at around between 1 to 2 p.m. in the Patiala House Court. This, of course, amid the growing demand that there should be an action that must be taken against the accused Shankar Mishra. Remember, it was on 26th of November this last year, which is 2022, that the pervert Shankar Mishra was he urinated on co-passenger, and days later he was terminated by Wells Fargo. In fact, it was just yesterday that an action was initiated against the accused Shankar Mishra by the financial services firm where he worked at. He's finally been terminated from the services, and the latest, of course, coming in that Shankar Mishra has been arrested by the Delhi police from Bengaluru. We're given to understand that it will be around between 1 to 2 p.m. that Shankar Mishra will be produced before the court. This after the Delhi police arrested him from Bengaluru. Prajwal, of course, continues to be with us. Prajwal, if you could give us more details, that where was he arrested from last night is what we're given to understand, and any details you're learning from your sources about the whereabouts, from where exactly was the accused arrested?
Samiksha, there are two possibilities, because sources in the know of the investigation are pointing to two possibilities. One may be in the Bengaluru South region or else in the Whitefield region. Whitefield region, why they say this is because of the fact that his former office, his former workplace, which is Wells Fargo, is situated quite close to Devara Bisanahalli, which comes under the Marathalli police station limits as well. So therefore, it is being understood that one of the sources in the know of the investigation stated that the cops in the area have already been alerted, and it is also the very same area where Shankar Mishra's sister was also
Prajwal,
there.
just hold your thoughts for a moment. I'll just come back to you. We have Raja Lakshmi Joshi, activist, joining us. Ma'am, if I can get your first reaction to this. Shankar Mishra, who's finally been arrested, what sort of an action do you anticipate, given the fact that there needs to be a lesson learned so as to ensure that such incidents do not happen in future?
A very good morning, and I'm so thankful to Republic for dedicatedly following this up, for taking this up, and I'm thankful that this person has been arrested, because and what I find terrible about this entire incident is that now when this entire focus is on Shankar Mishra, he has been completely not he but his parents, his lawyers have been completely denying the incident, and even yesterday his father went so far as to say that he was being blackmailed. I mean, that is ridiculous. This thing should be taken very seriously, and I think that the DGCA and Air India and the court obviously should make sure that they set some kind of a precedent so that in the future women travelers especially will feel safer traveling whether it may be business class, economic class, wherever it may be. They should be feeling safer. There should be some very strict guidelines, and strict action should be taken against Mr. Shankar Mishra. Obviously, he will be given a chance to defend himself also, to know his point of view, his story also. But then he cannot deny at all this incident, especially since he has, because of this exchange of conversations, where he has offered to, this dry cleaning, etc. Why else will he do that if it was not for this incident? They cannot say that this incident did not happen, and this is something that's unacceptable. So
absolutely. Yes, so Raja Lakshmi Joshi, their activist, sharing her thoughts on this action that has been initiated. Shankar Mishra, who's been arrested by the Delhi police. We have a senior lawyer, Swapnil Kothari, also joining us. Sir, if I can get your thoughts, what sort of an action do you anticipate? This, of course, comes amid the growing repulsion being felt across the country over the incident which happened in this flight.
Samiksha, this is something which I had very much expected. So sooner or later, the man would have been arrested. Obviously, there was an FIR that has been filed, so the next step was arrest. Given the big hue and cry that was raised in the media, and rightfully so about it, he has been arrested now. He was trying to buy out, the victim for $15,000. He wire transferred, and then obviously the daughter stepped in and sent the money back, and all of those things, which has really worked in the favor of the petitioner, that is, rather of the complainant, that is, the lady who was subjected to this assault. I would call it a sexual assault, because it's a regular phrase that we use in law. We may not use the exact words of obscenity under 294 or 354, outraging the modesty of a woman, or 510, which is Obscene Act. Now the thing is, Samiksha, that he will be produced before the magistrate, and then thereafter, he is going to obviously be sent to custody. Hopefully 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, whatever it is, and eventually this man will get bail. Simply because this is not something which he is some sort of a flight risk, or he's going to tamper with the evidence. The evidence is there before all of us to see. Now, if the complainant and the accused, I'm just going 3-4 steps ahead for the benefit of the viewers.
Yes.
The complainant and the accused usually tend to settle these kind of cases unless the complainant sticks to the view that, no, I want this person to be jailed. But if you see the WhatsApp chats, the complainant wanted him to mend his ways. Now, even if she changes her mind, which she is entitled to, that no, I don't want him to mend his ways, I only want him to mend his ways by him getting jailed, and she wants to pursue this case, I don't see this case ending for another 10 years or, at least 6 to 7 years before, all the tiers of the court are exhausted. The single judge, then, the Sessions Court, then the High Court, and then the Supreme Court before he actually goes to jail. So I would suggest that, the complainant would have to think on this, because the complainant herself is 70 years of age. I'm not for a moment defending this man, so I don't want the audience to get me wrong. I'm just presenting you the legalities of the case as to where this case is headed to. He needed to be arrested, absolutely important. But there is one important factor that I don't want the media to miss in this, and which is that the airlines, as per the DGCA rules, needs to come out with a very strong circular, or actually tell the crew that was there in that, maybe take some punitive action against them, because they cannot just, sort of escape from this in some form. There has to be some disciplinary action. They should have told, the last thing that they could have done, or the first thing that they should have done with this lady, was to give her the first class compartment, and first class berth, rather tier in the aeroplane, rather than, just making her sit in the business class and having a talk with this person and trying to settle the matter. That's not what's done. So that is where the airline lapsed quite a bit, and it should have ensured upon deplaning that this man was detained, so that he could have been arrested there and then itself, rather than these 2-3 days being not 2-3 days. In fact, this happened on sometime in November. So I believe at least 1.5 months have gone waste.
Yes, and I'll have another question before I toss to Priyanka, my colleague, who's also joining us. If you can throw some light on the statement that was earlier issued by the accused lawyer, do you think it would be a strong case that the accused lawyer would be able to present in the court to defend the accused, given the fact that the statement mentions how there was a WhatsApp chat between the accused and the lady, which clearly shows that the accused got the clothes as well as the bag cleaned off the victim here?
The very fact that you kind of get your clothes cleaned up and all of those things itself is an admission. Now, Samiksha and Priyanka, let me tell you one thing. Lawyers are very ingenious people. The defense that they could say is that, some tea was spilled or something of that sort, because no one, unless a witness comes out there into the, equation and comes out and says that, no, I actually saw the man urinating. You need 2-3 witnesses to that effect, because otherwise it becomes he says, she says. And, she could spin the entire case, or he could spin the entire case, whoever the lawyer is, and try to say that this was a clear-cut blackmail at the end of the day. So the thing is that in this sort of a situation, what happens is that the lawyers can really, really work out a very, very solid defense, because I don't even have to admit anything that has happened. He may have said that, oh yeah, of course I paid 15,000 because, some tea was spilled and some biscuits were dropped and, some alcohol was dropped, and that's the reason why I offered to get it cleaned up. Nowhere in my chats have I admitted that I actually urinated upon her. So those kind of defenses can very easily be presented by the lawyer. So, the fact that he says 15,000 and he transferred 15,000 has got very little meaning. Actually, it amounts to admission of what? Does that mean admission of sexual assault? Sorry, no. This is the way I'm going to argue if I'm a defense lawyer. So it's not going to be very easy for, the complainant, unless there are 3 to 4 witnesses, and unless somebody from the aeroplane, the aircraft, which I doubt very much that anybody from the aircraft is going to step in and say, say cover up, or say sort of hold up for the lady and say, yes, I saw this man doing this, that and the other. Because that would land that person in a little bit in a soup that, okay, if you saw them, what the hell were you doing? Didn't you stop that man? Did you push that man away? So all of these things really come into the equation.
True. So, Apnal, if I could, take a step back.
It's not going to be easy.
Yeah. So, Apnal, if I could take a step back on this entire issue with you and, put some perspective into this for our viewers, because I want to extrapolate what you said and push it further. You said that you would call it a sexual assault. Although very surprisingly and shockingly, not a lot of people are looking at it. In fact, just because of Republic's relentless coverage, we have at least registered the fact that this was at least outraging the modesty of a woman, that a man can walk up to a woman and flash his private parts in front of her as well, urinate on her as well. So speak to us a little bit about the IPC sections that would also apply here, which people have in fact completely brushed it under the carpet, Swapnil.
Yeah, Priyanka, see, the first thing is 294, doing an obscene act. Then you have, 354, which is outraging the modesty of a woman in a manner by gesture or words. And then you have 510, which is drunken misbehavior in a public place. And then you have also 509, if I remember correctly, it's again, there's an obscene word or gesture. So, these are the 4 sections which I think the Delhi police had slapped on him. So, according to me, 350 for outraging the modesty of a woman is a very nice way of using, a description of the word sexual assault. I would call it a sexual assault. I'm not saying that I, literally ripped off her clothes or you need to do that or anything of that sort for sexual assault. This itself is sufficient for me to call it sexual assault. Now, the IPC, the framers of IPC and the people who come out with this sort of an amendment or those sections, whether it was during the British era or whether it was now, they have come out with a very nice language saying outraging the modesty of a woman. That is fine enough for me. As long as I get the sentence that the man gets, that is stipulated in the section, that's more than enough for me. I don't need to worry about it. And nowhere, I'm a little shocked if the audience, by any stretch of imagination, is even thinking this to be some sort of a, stray act or, drunken behavior or, where somebody just, says some loose words or, post something or throw something. This is literally depravity. This is perversion. You don't do that. In a business class, you are in this and then thereafter offer money. This is a sense of elitism that you come out from. The Lal Batti culture. And the Lal Batti culture operating in a business class in an aeroplane. And that too from an individual against a 70-year-old lady. It's abominable. What the airline does with its own crew and all of that, that's a separate issue. I don't really care. That's for the DGCA rules. That's for the airlines to take a look for and to, sort of reprimand them or suspend them or whatever it is. That's of very little relevance to me. This is extremely important for the people to understand, for your audience, for your viewers, and, your relentless campaign. It has really worked well. Because eventually, last night Arnab was saying arrest. His last night was arrest Shankar Mishra. That itself should have been sufficient, and that was sufficient. He's not the guy to cry out for arrest unless he really found that there was some great amount of depravity involved in this. And it just shocks me that why would a man do this unless he was absolutely depraved.
Swapnil Kothari, please stay with us. Just hold your thoughts for a moment. We have Harsha also reporting live, getting us those updates. Harsha, we're given to understand that it would be somewhere between 1 to 2 p.m. that the accused will be presented in the court. Take us through the arguments that can be expected in the court by the accused's lawyer today to defend him.
Exactly, Samisha, what we are learning as that the timing to be produced in the Patiala House Court is between 1 to 2 p.m. What police sources are quoting us, and after this he will be brought here after police gets the police custody and remand of the accused. But what will be the discussions over there? The part of the hearing could be that the lawyer of Shankar Mishra, Ishani Sharma, will advocate the side of the accused while saying that there were no eyewitness. There was a compromise between both the parties. She will produce the WhatsApp chats, which was the detail of the conversation between the victim and the accused, and she will herself say that my client has apologized. While Delhi police officials need to interrogate in this entire issue, because that victim has herself filed a complaint, official complaint, on the basis of which the FIR was registered. So it becomes part of the investigation by Delhi police official in this entire matter, because woman is continuously saying that she wants justice in this entire matter. Her daughter Divya Rajaraman has already returned the money which was sent via Paytm by the accused on the 29th of December, and after this the entire incident has taken got a lot of media attention itself, and the daughter herself stated that we want justice. My mother is in deep trauma with this entire incident. So the entire matter will be investigation. For that, Delhi police cops need the proper police custody of the accused Shankar Mishra to know the entire part of the story. Why he urinated? Why was he not in his senses? Was he drunk too much? And if he was drunk too much, why he was allowed more than 2 to 3 drinks in the airline? How many drinks was offered by the crew member to the accused? How much of alcohol content did he consume? And why he did this? And why, after he got in his senses, he apologized and compromised? Then why he was on the run? Why he was not surrendering till the long time? Because on the 4th of the January, the case was registered. From that day onwards, Delhi police 2 teams are in Mumbai and Bangalore and continuously tracing his location. But the accused was on the go. He fled away. He was unable to be contacted. He was contacting only through his lawyers and the relatives of his, be it the sister, be it the wife or the father. But he was not ready to surrender by any means with the Delhi police official. So this will be the part of interrogation, and for interrogating these entire details, Delhi police need the police custody of the accused Shankar Mishra. So the lawyer Ishani Sharma, who's representing accused Shankar Mishra, she will keep her part of the story, that there were no eyewitness, but police will present certain police will present certain evidence which will show that there was a co-passenger, Sugata Bhattacharya, who advocated for this victim lady. He was the only person who tapped on the accused and asked him to leave that side and just go to his own seat. So the Delhi police official will keep all this part in front of the court, in front of the judge. After that, they could seek the police custody of almost 3 to 4 days, which they are asking for. So we have to wait till 1 to 2 p.m. What will be the part of hearing? What will be the part of discussions in the Patiala House Court? Because today, this all police custody is very important for the police to get, because after that, both the parties' side of the story and the entire incident will come in front of the public. Back to you.
Well, absolutely, Harsha. Thank you for the moment. So, remains to be seen whether the Delhi police will get the custody of the accused Shankar Mishra in the case. So, a lot of developments expected today. On one hand, Shankar Mishra will be produced in court, and on the other hand, the Air India crew will also be interrogated by the Delhi police today itself. In fact, just to take our viewers a recap of what is known so far, remember it was on 26th of November when this incident happened, when this man, the accused, Shankar Mishra, allegedly urinated on the co-passenger, following which there was a complaint that was filed. And just yesterday, the accused Shankar Mishra was terminated by the financial services firm Wells Fargo, where he worked at. Latest, of course, coming in that Shankar Mishra has been arrested by the Delhi police. He was arrested from Bengaluru late last night. Slipping into a very short break, but lots coming up on the other side. We'll get you the latest as BJP will be staging a protest against the Aam Aadmi Party at the Rajghat.
Shankar Mishra, the accused in this particular cases. We are also getting to learn that just a few days ago, after the incident, Shankar Mishra, the accused, being identified as the Vice President of Wells Fargo. This is the Wells Fargo office where the accused, Shankar Mishra, works out from. And a few of the employees too, when we did speak to them off the record, they clearly stated that they know him, but they do not know, or they are not aware of whether he is here or not.
I'm ringing the bell. We'll try to check if he's there inside. If he responds to the question of Republic TV.
Mr. Mishra, if you can hear me, could you just respond? Are you apologetic? Are you sorry for the thing that happened on the Air India flight? Mr. Mishra, can you open the door and respond to the questions of Republic TV?
आपने ये बोला कि कर्नल बुल कुमार, उन्होंने मैप देखा, उन्होंने बोला ये तो गड़बड़ है। एज पर मैप भारत का एरिया, लेकिन वहां पे जाने की विदेशियों को, जर्मन्स को परमिशन दे रहा है पाकिस्तान।
क्योंकि since there were some people like us who were aware of what is Siachen Glacier, we knew what it is like. मैं बिला फॉन्डला पहुंचा, पाकिस्तान का हेलीकॉप्टर मेरे ऊपर, तो उसने मुझे देखा, मैंने उसको देखा, उसने वहां से घुमा पीछे और वापस। They were shocked.
निधि 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 अरे सर निधि प्लीज आ जाओ। कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? निधि है घर में, निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे आप? कुछ भी बोलेंगे निधि? कुछ भी निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है, देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। निधि निधि दौड़ रही है। निधि निधि निधि
Not only inside the house but also outside the house, the commotion is taking place. Now the BJP workers have gathered here. They are now saying that Aam Aadmi Party workers are not letting the nominated councillor member to take oath. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their leader, their members are not being allowed to take.
All right, tracking the big update coming in this hour, a big Republic impact in the Air India P-Gate case. Accused Shankar Mishra has been arrested by the Delhi police. In fact, he has now been brought to the national capital from Bengaluru after he was arrested late last night. Latest update coming in that he will be presented in the Patiala court between 1 to 2 p.m. Harsha Prajwal there getting us all those updates that are just coming in. Remember, he was, in fact, he was terminated by Wells Fargo, the accused where he worked at. Just yesterday, so the action that has been initiated against him by the company that where he used to work at as the Vice President of India. In fact, latest we're given to understand that he will be presented before the Patiala court at around 1 to 2 p.m. We're also given to understand newsbreak that is just coming in. Prajwal getting us those details that the accused Shankar Mishra was picked up from Ramki Apartments in Chinbapa layout. The Ramki Apartments where he was found late last night in Mahadevpura in Karnataka. We'll go across to Prajwal as well for more details on that, but latest update coming in that the accused will be presented before the Patiala House Court between 1 to 2 p.m. This, of course, after those growing chorus for that action that should be initiated against the accused. On 26th of November 2022, pervert accused Shankar Mishra urinated on co-passenger. It was just yesterday that he was terminated by Wells Fargo, and latest, of course, coming in that he was arrested from Bengaluru by the Delhi police. He's now been brought to the national capital is what we are given to understand. Details, of course, that are just coming in that he will be presented between 1 to 2 p.m. in the Patiala House Court. In fact, just to read out that statement that has been issued by the accused lawyer in the past few days, where he says that the WhatsApp messages between the accused and the lady clearly show that the accused had got the clothes and bags cleaned on 28th of November. This is, of course, 2 days after the incident was reported, and the same were delivered to the victim's house in this case on 30th of November. So clearly the accused lawyer maintaining the stand that everything was sorted between the accused and the victim when this incident happened, and that the lady in her messages had clearly condoned the alleged act and had displayed no intention to lodge a complaint. And it was only later that the complaint was registered, an FIR was registered against the accused on days later in this case, and following which there was an agreement also which the accused lawyer maintains was agreed upon between the accused and the victim on 28th of November. But after almost a month, on 19th of November, her daughter returned the money back which was offered by the accused as compensation. Harsha also joining us for more details. Harsha, if you could give us the latest that you're picking up. We can expect the accused to be produced in the Patiala House Court between 1 to 2 p.m. today.
Misha, we are learning that the timing when the accused will be produced in Patiala House Court is between 1 to 2 p.m. And the latest information which Republic has access and we are gathering is that last night only from Bangalore, Delhi police brought the accused to national capital, and this is the very police station right now where the accused is in the lockup. He is exactly
where the accused is in the lockup. He is exactly in the lockup of this IGI police station, Deputy Commissioner of Police Office, and in the early morning hours, DCP himself came to this police station, and we are learning that from this location he will be taken to Patiala House Court at around 1 to 2 p.m. So this is the latest information which we have gathered, because today the producing of the accused Shankar Mishra is very important, which everyone is looking into, because not only that, this police station becomes very important because entire Air India crew members will also come here and record their statement. Republic will try to confront them exactly what they did and exactly they fulfilled their responsibility, the procedures or not while in the airlines when this entire incident happened. But yes, there's a very big breaking which are gathering that the accused is in this police station, IGI police station. He was brought from Bangalore last night only. Police nabbed the accused from Bangalore last evening because the sister of the accused was questioned in Bangalore, and after she was questioned through her locations, police got to know that he was in touch with the sister and the relatives. In fact, there's a Ramki apartment in Bangalore from where the accused was nabbed by Delhi police officials. This entire operation of Delhi police was kept, Samiksha, very secret. Most of the Karnataka police officials don't know about this entire operation of Delhi police, because so that the accused should not run to any other location. Therefore, this operation was kept a secret, and Delhi police official yesterday evening only nabbed the accused Shankar Mishra and late in the night brought him to national capital. So we are learning from this place only at around 12 o'clock or 12:30, accused will be taken to the Patiala House Court where he'll be produced in the court of Mr. Dharmesh Judge. So we are expecting that some strong points will be kept from the side of Delhi police officials so that they can seek the 3 to 4 days police custody of accused Shankar Mishra. Samiksha, back to you.
Yes, Harsha, stay with us. Also talk to us about the action that has been taken by the Air India so far, because from what we understand, no apology has come in yet by Air India, but we given to understand that Air India has been compelled to initiate an inquiry. Any action that has been initiated or any sort of an apology that has come in from the airlines as of yet?
No, Samiksha, till now Air India has not given any public apology. None of the action have not been taken, in fact, on any of the crew member or the group captain or the co-pilot or the senior attendant. No action has been done against Air India crew in this entire case. So you are watching Republic TV. Stay tuned with us. We'll be right back after a short break, and then we will give you all the live and breakings regarding the arrest of Shankar Mishra. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a short break.
आपने ये बोला कि कर्नल बुल कुमार, उन्होंने मैप देखा, उन्होंने बोला ये तो गड़बड़ है। एज पर मैप भारत का एरिया, लेकिन वहां पे जाने की विदेशियों को, जर्मन्स को परमिशन दे रहा है पाकिस्तान।
क्योंकि since there were some people like us who were aware of what is Siachen Glacier, we knew what it is like. मैं बिला फोंडला पहुंचा, पाकिस्तान का हेलीकॉप्टर मेरे ऊपर, तो उसने मुझे देखा, मैंने उसको देखा, उसने वहां से घुमा पीछे और वापस। They were shocked.
निधि 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 अरे सर निधि प्लीज आ जाओ। कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? निधि है घर में, निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि? निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे आप? कुछ भी बोलेंगे निधि? कुछ भी निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है, देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। निधि निधि दौड़ रही है। निधि निधि निधि
Not only inside the house but also outside the house, the commotion is taking place. Now the BJP workers have gathered here. They are now saying that Aam Aadmi Party workers are not letting the nominated councillor member to take oath. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their leader, their members are not being allowed to take oath. So allegations versus counter allegation are taking place.
India is number one manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. Number one also in tractors. Number two in buses. Number three in trucks. Number four in passenger vehicles. And very shortly we will be number three, overtaking Japan. Just wait for a couple of years.
I'm told that you've taken some 800 acres, you are investing some 20,000 or 18,000 crore rupees in a Haryana.
Well, tracking the latest on the Air India P-Gate controversy, update coming in that the accused Shankar Mishra has finally been arrested by the Delhi police. In fact, he was arrested from Bengaluru late last night. Latest, of course, coming in that he will be produced before the Patiala House Court between 1 to 2 p.m. In fact, not just this, remember the Air India crew has also been summoned by the Delhi police. So the crew of Air India that will also be interrogated by the Delhi police. We'll slip into a very short break for now, but on the other side, we'll continue with our coverage and the latest as the pervert Shankar Mishra finally been arrested by the Delhi police.
Not only inside the house but also outside the house, the commotion is taking place. Now the BJP workers have gathered here. They are now saying that Aam Aadmi Party workers are not letting the nominated councillor member to take oath. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that their leader, their members are not being allowed to take oath. So allegations versus counter allegation are taking place.
India is number one manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. Number one also in tractors. Number two in buses. Number three in trucks. Number four in passenger vehicles. And very shortly we will be number three, overtaking Japan. Just wait for a couple of years.
I'm told that you've taken some 800 acres, you are investing some 20,000 or 18,000 crore rupees in a Haryana plant. So you're also preparing for the future. That shows your commitment.
Its capacity is 1 million cars annually. So this is going to be
one of the largest in the world.
Not one of the largest. It is the largest.
Republic 45.7%. Republic TV has 331% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment.
निधि 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 कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि है घर में। निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? आप कुछ भी बोलेंगे? निधि निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है। देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। निधि देखिए निधि थी, निधि कुछ कहना है? निधि
It's 11 a.m. viewers, and here are the headlines. Airborne creep has been arrested. Shankar Mishra has been arrested from Bangalore. It's a mega Republic impact. Shankar Mishra has been taken into custody after relentless reporting of Republic TV. It's a big impact of the Republic campaign. Accused Shankar Mishra's father has also been summoned by the Delhi police. Bihar RJD chief sparks controversy, calls Ram Janmabhoomi nafrat ki zameen. A day after Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP councillors exchanged blows, BJP to protest at Rajghat. Man claims to be Anjali's friend, claims Nidhi asked for money from Anjali and both fought over it. welcome viewers. Thank you for staying with Republic TV. I'm Priyanka Sharma. We are live in breaking, and one of the biggest stories that we're tracking for you today, the relentless coverage of Republic TV, the impact that we are tracking for you with respect to the Air India P-gate, where in fact the airborne creep, in fact, has now been taken into custody. He has been arrested, and we are also getting more and more updates as far as his father is concerned, who is also being summoned by the authorities as well. Apart from that, of course, we are tracking for you all the latest updates, because the Delhi police, in fact, has stated that Shankar Mishra was arrested late last night and has already been brought to Delhi as well. And he will be presented before the court today itself, and we will see the further investigation into this matter that will also take place by the authorities. Harsha, my colleague, I believe, is joining me live on the broadcast on the ground. Harsha, tell us more about the arrest, in fact, that has been made. I beg your pardon, Tanisha is also joining me. Tanisha, to you first. Tell us about the arrest that has been made of Shankar Mishra, and of course, when did this arrest take place, and what really can be expected today as far as the investigation going further is concerned?
Well, Priyanka, it's a very, very, very big Republic impact where the creep, the pervert of Air India, who urinated on an elderly woman, has finally been arrested. He was arrested last night from Bengaluru. Remember, he was on the run. He did not, when a notice was issued for him, he was on the run. The police could not nab him because he was misleading the cops. There were two houses, remember. The one was in Mumbai, the other was in Bengaluru. And this man, this pervert, has been arrested from Bengaluru, is what we're getting to know. This development took place last night. Early in the morning, he was brought to the national capital, and in just some moments from now, that is around noon, is what we're getting to know. The accused will be produced in Patiala House Court, right now where I am, and soon after that, remember, his lawyers have been putting out a version of him where they are saying that media is only putting out one version, where they have been claiming that the issue was sorted, the pervert, this Shankar Mishra, had apologized and it was not such a big matter to take up. But however, if it wasn't a big matter, why was the accused absconding? Why was he on the run? Why was he hiding away from the police is the big question. Now today, when he'll be produced in the Patiala House Court, it'll be most awaited to see what action will the police take. What will they seek his remand, or will a more stricter punishment be given to him? Priyanka.
Well, that's right, Tanisha. We will have to see as to how the investigation really proceeds further. But Harsha, also to speak to you about the kind of investigation that has gone on, because you spoke to the accused lawyer, and as Tanisha was also pointing out, the accused lawyer has very comfortably put it as an hearsay incident, has said that there was no eyewitnesses to this account, that he had in fact actually assaulted this woman and had urinated on this woman as well. What has been the stand of the lawyer now, and what going forward will be the proceedings now that the accused is being brought to Delhi as well, Harsha?
Exactly, Priyanka, what we are learning is that the accused was brought to Delhi last night only, because later in the evening he was arrested from the Ramki apartment, near Ramki apartment from Bangalore, and from there he was brought to Delhi. He is kept in the IJI police station and he will be produced in the Patiala House Court at around 1 to 2 p.m. But the proceedings, if we tell about, because the lawyer of the Ishani Sharma yesterday in an exclusive interview with Republic stated that there were no eyewitness. Now, one of the eyewitness, the near passenger, Sugata Bhattacharya, has come in public and he is speaking, where he is exactly narrating the entire incident, what has exactly happened in the airline which was coming from JFK to New Delhi. So right now, if you talk about the eyewitness, it seems like the Ishani Sharma's narration completely goes wrong, because that flight was entirely full. There were many passengers. If we talk about seat number 8, 9 and 10, those were the passengers who have very closely seen what exactly happened. And if we talk about the investigation which also happened around the eyewitness, because Delhi police cops are going to call the eyewitness for their narration for the side of the story, and their statements will also be recorded. So we are expecting that when the remand of the accused police will get, and when the interrogation with the crew member of the Air India will be completed, the next step will be talking to the eyewitness, questioning the eyewitness what exactly happened. So a neutral party can give their view exactly who was wrong and who was right. But to know the depth of the entire incident, what the accused has to say, way, because initially there was a compromise, which Shari Sharma is stating, the lawyer of the accused. She said there was a compromise between both the parties. There was no eyewitness and nothing as such happened. There's a different side of story. What she is advocating for accused, but on the other side, Delhi police official is saying there's a very serious allegation, there's a complaint, and if nothing wrong was done by the accused, then why he was on a run? Why did he fled away? Where did he go? Why was he not surrendering in front of police? Because Delhi police cops were in Mumbai and Bangalore since 3 to 4 days, and he was continuously on the run. He was continuously changing his location. His father himself talked to the media and narrated that his son has done nothing wrong. So to get the brief of the entire idea, what exactly happened, police will seek remand of at least 3 to 4 days of the accused Shankar Mishra. He will be interrogated. So entire thing depends upon the proceedings which will happen inside the Patiala House Court, and what exactly the judge says. How many days of remand does the court gives to the DCP of the accused Shankar Mishra, because they are parallelly many things are running. Air India crew member are supposed to come to this police station at around 11 to 12 p.m. They were summoned for the interrogation and recording the statement. So they are also supposed to come here. The accused will be taken from this very place to the Patiala House Court between 12:30 p.m. what we are expecting. So Priyanka, there's a lot to see today after the arrest of accused Shankar Mishra. Priyanka, back to you.
Well, that being said, Harsha, stay on with us as we're also putting out some breaking updates as far as this investigation is concerned, because Harsha, Tanisha, this entire incident, this horrific incident really has raised questions over the entire guidelines of the DGCA as well, and that also we saw altered yesterday because of Republic TV's relentless coverage as well. And of course, right now we are also putting out some details as far as the Air India staff is concerned. Remember, we had seen that the Air India crew had also been called in for questioning, and the Air India crew had been quizzed on the alcohol that had been served. Now, they have also stated that there was no record that was kept and there was nothing that was kept in a check as far as the customers who were consuming this alcohol is also concerned. Sandeep, my colleague, is also joining me live on the broadcast from Mumbai. Sandeep, if I could take this question over to you, because we saw yesterday that there were statements and various statements coming out from Air India itself. There were emails that were being written from the higher executives to the employees. But the fact remains that there is an onus and there is a responsibility on the Air India staff as well to make sure that these kind of incidents do not happen in the first place. And if they do, they are at least reported to the authorities.
Indeed, a lot of loopholes when Delhi police, in fact, get into deep investigation of this case, because this person, this accused Shankar Mishra, was served alcohol unlimited and on the flight as well, and he was given as much as he wanted to consume the alcohol. He drank beyond limit. That is what is being, in fact, the crew members have informed to Delhi police. Apart from that, when this incident happened, he did all this in the flight. At that point of time, what the testimony of, in fact, what the chats, if the chats are to be believed, he managed to apologize the women. He managed to convince the women. He paid around 15,000 rupees to the said victim of this case. And in fact, apart from that, Priyanka, when this incident was highlighted by the victim to the son-in-law and the daughter of her, then the money was in fact returned back to Shankar Mishra, and in fact then the letter was written. And remember, on December 28, that is the date when Air India acts on the complaint that was in fact given by this victim in this case. And in fact, after the complaint was in fact given, later on the FIR was filed. And then since last 5 to 7 days now, Delhi police was in fact trying to track this person. He had switched off his mobile phone. Delhi police went on to search several locations across the country, and believe me, it is across the country. They had sent team in Uttar Pradesh. They had sent team in Maharashtra till yesterday. Delhi police was here, and in fact his father's statement was also recorded. And in fact one of the most shocking thing in this everything is that the father is not even accepting that his son has done anything wrong, and that is very shocking. He says that my son has done nothing wrong, and he is being in fact being blamed, or the allegations are fake. That is what his father says. But at this point of time, yes, he's been arrested in Bangalore, and very shortly, as Harsha is trying there in Patiala court and giving the updates, very shortly he'll be produced in the courthouse, and very soon it will be very much clear that how many days of police custody Delhi police gets of Shankar Mishra. Priyanka.
Well, absolutely. It's important that you mentioned that, Sandeep, because we are putting out those exclusive breaking updates as far as Shankar Mishra's arrest is concerned. And of course, we also have reason to believe that the authorities have found out that there was a next of kin, or there was a family member that was in fact sheltering Shankar Mishra, which is why it took some time that the authorities had been able to also find him. They were able to take him into custody as well. And this also is a little bizarre, because we had been seeing that the lawyer of the accused had been stating that he is cooperating with the authorities. In fact, he had been absconding. Isn't that, Tanisha, if you could speak to us a little bit about this, as far as where the accused had been. And now authorities in fact have stated that Shankar Mishra was in fact being guarded in a guest house, and he was being protected by the next of kin, by family members as well, Tanisha.
Well, rightly said, Priyanka. What we're getting to learn is, remember, he was